All right, welcome to the Tuesday show. I'm Ultra David.
And I made pretty sure I paused everything. Yes, I did. I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
Here's what happened. So I was driving down the freeway in order to get here. Sometimes there's more traffic than usual. Sometimes on one of the most heavily trafficked intersections in the entire world, between the 405 freeway and the 10 freeway, there's an accident on the top of the 10 freeway, and on the bottom, on the 405 freeway, there's also an accident in which a car is in flames and the smoke is rising up above the 10 freeway where I had to drive.
Your microphone is not clipped to your shirt.
That's cool.
But it wasn't bad at all anyway, so it's all good.
Anyway, that's what happened. So that was cool. Let's talk about Combo Breaker.
Smoke, huh?
What?
Driving through smoke.
I had to drive through smoke. Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome.
So,
Okay.
living in Los Angeles. Combo Breaker we'll talk about. We'll talk about the other things that are up here. Regular Tuesday show. 5-5. We got a couple of nice things to talk about today.
Yeah, mostly probably just going to be about Combo Breaker. So.
It was pretty great. Let's talk about it, man. Let's get into this.
Sure. Combo Breaker. We mentioned before. Hi, Kitty.
Thanks for the sub.
Hey, not a con putting in my Nathan emote in the chat. Yeah, that's right. Okay, no, come on. No kitty butt. No kitty butt.
Feels very comfortable with the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, look, this is my favorite tournament.
Yeah. Combo Breaker.
That's the easy encapsulation.
Yeah, Combo Breaker is pretty much everybody's favorite tournament
Yeah.
at this point. Most people have talked about how much they love it and how much that they, want to. Everybody who goes there for the first time, they're always like, oh man, I'm definitely coming back next year because it's so good.
Yeah.
Right? There's like nobody who's ever gone to Combo Breaker has been like, meh.
No,
You
for
know
sure,
what I mean?
for sure.
Like, it just doesn't happen, right? So, basically, Combo Breaker, we talked about it last week, one of the biggest events of the year. The way that I've described it to everybody is that the three big events, right, are, I said this on stream before,
Yeah.
but there's EVO, Combo Breaker, and CEO, right?
Right.
And, like I said, EVO is always a celebration of fighting games. Combo Breaker is the celebration of community. And CEO is the celebration of Jabali, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it works. But those are the ones that you want to go to. And, in this little preview interview that Besteban, or a.k.a. Esteban, I'm the only person who pronounces his name correctly with the Spanish accent,
He doesn't even
including
say that.
Esteban. Yeah. Rick was saying in that interview that one of his whole goals is to try to keep it feeling more about community, more of like a big band in a small venue kind of atmosphere, and that's what he's driving for. So, it's always been about this kind of community feel to it. You know what I mean? It's definitely more personal. It's definitely more, like, there's something that feels less convention-y about it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And, there's games everywhere. They play every fighting game that they can, so it's always a really, really, just, you can't go to this event without feeling like just being a part of the FGC,
Yes.
Yeah.
It really feels that way. And what's funny is that it's not even just in the venue, the main hall itself. Mm-hmm. It's now spread out to every available room in that entire
Right.
plaza. They rent out the whole resort, basically, Pheasant Run.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to zoom in on the camera.
Yeah, you did. That's right.
Fine.
Whatever. So you can go to the main hall that has all the biggest games, the newest games. There was another room that had an arcade in it. There was another room that had Smash and some other stuff in it.
Yeah.
There was another room that had old sort of Capcom and other games from forever ago in it.
Yeah, there was the anime room, basically.
Yeah, and then there was a hallway that was just like anything, BYOC area right next to a pool. It has all this sort of stuff, and kind of wherever you go, it has the same sort of feeling.
Which is really funny,
It's very
too,
nicely done somehow.
because that area by the pool was always just a walkway,
Yeah.
right? But it just got taken over year
Right.
after year
It was
as a casual
organically
setting.
taken over.
Yeah,
by
it
the
was
way.
organic. People would just start setting things up there, and then this year the hotel said, "Okay, sure,"
Yeah.
and they just set up the tables and
Yep.
everything. So basically, they took over the entire
Yep.
place.
Yep.
And even, got the hotel to keep a bunch of the food places open during the weekend.
That's right.
They had an ice cream shop open, which I took advantage them
you?
on Saturday. Sunday it was closed, but
Okay.
Saturday I definitely got some ice cream.
I don't even know where there would be an ice cream.
It was near the
shop.
old man room. It was
Oh,
near the old
okay.
man. It was in that New Orleans area.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
never walked into there before, but there's a whole back area that's kind of like walking through Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of cool. It's like it's Vegas-y.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've taken over all the spots. They also sold out 4,800 slots available to humans to be walking around inside the venue in the related areas,
Right.
and that sold out.
Which actually kind of brings up an interesting conundrum. I don't know if you want to talk about this now or we talk about this afterwards.
Yeah, we'll go for it, man.
Just like, what does Combo Breaker do next year?
Right.
Right? Because there's two choices here, right? You either find a bigger venue so that you can include more people. But as the venues get bigger, as everything grows, you're just going to naturally run into the more convention-like feel. It's just going to happen, right? Or you can start capping the event and just saying, you know what, 4,800 people. That's
Well, they
it.
did.
Right, this
That's
year,
the cap.
but they just reached it for the first time this year. Do they keep doing that? Because if they don't cap it, it's definitely going to get more than 4,800 people.
I
You see
think
what
they
I'm
actually
saying?
have to cap it.
Right, if they stay in the same venue.
Yeah.
Right. So, do they continue staying at the venue and capping it, which then turns Combo Breaker into a free-for-all and people don't know if they can make it, and then they miss out, and then people will get mad for that reason because people get mad about everything, right? Or do they take it to another venue, make it grow bigger to allow it to keep growing, but then at that point in time, it starts to lose a little bit of that personal environment.
Here's what I want, and to some degree it's selfish. I want them to stay at the same spot, and I want them to prioritize people who have entered in tournaments over people who are there to spectate. I want it to stay the players' tournament, and so if there's room available, I want it to go to people who are there to enter in tournaments. I mean, it's not the case yet that there's much of a conflict between those because there was plenty of room for players to play, and then on top of that, there were like 1,000 spectators slots also sold. So like that's where the cap came in. It wasn't just players; it was like players plus people who were there to watch. So that's what I would want, man. I mean, I think it'd be super cool if it could just be like, this is for people who want to play the fighting games. Come play fighting games. Let's do it.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people who don't know, they miss the registration. You know, people go there to hang out and things like that. So a lot of people I know go there don't play.
I mean, I actually don't know that many who aren't also working there, to be honest.
I mean, there's...
I know they exist.
Yeah,
I'm not denying that they exist.
There's quite a few. Right? I know, like, some people who go there specifically because it's the Midwest, it's their family, they want to go there, but they don't enter.
Hang out. No, yeah, I mean, I get it. But to the extent that becomes a conflict, I hope that the players are prioritized. It would be great if you could find some location that had a bigger place, that wasn't $1 trillion. You know, I mean, that was in a better location, because that area is... The resort's nice, but it's in nowhere, St. Charles, Illinois. So it'd be great if you could find this kind of miracle spot, but it's probably not likely. Right.
I mean, obviously Chicago has bigger venues.
Of course.
Rick has said that he was like to put it in Minneapolis, I'm sure, because that's where he lives, et cetera, et cetera. And you know what? I tweeted that if Rick put this tournament on Mars, everybody would book their flight to Mars. It would not even be a problem.
First of all, I would love to go to Mars.
Yeah, I know, right?
That actually would not be an hindrance for me. I wouldn't mind if it's in Minnesota or wherever else.
Right.
To me, that's not the essential part of it.
We're not going to Combo Breaker to check out St. Charles.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo!
So like for some tournaments, like for Vegas, part of it is that you're in. Sorry, for Evo, part of it's that you're in Vegas, right? Like that's it. For this one, I don't care where it's located. I care even less than like for CEO, right? I mean, even though it's called Orlando in the name, I don't really care that it's not in Orlando.
Yeah. Obviously.
I wish it maybe wasn't in Daytona Beach. I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
Right. I mean, if it wasn't for the Daytona population, like Daytona would have been a cool place to go.
It's not theoretically a beach is nice, right? But yeah, anyway, I wouldn't mind if it was changed to Minnesota or Wisconsin or wherever, as long as it's someplace that I can get to that has an airport that's within an hour, you know, right? I mean, someplace that's gettable. Great, that's cool for me.
Because, I mean, the Pheasant Run literally is an hour from the airport.
Yeah. But, you know, if that's not doable, then I hope that they stay in the same spot for a while and just keep it the players' tournament as much as they can.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm always a big person for spectators. I'm always pro spectators. I'm always
who's not pro spectator? But sometimes those conflict, and to the extent that they conflict, I'm pro player.
I mean, a lot of people in the chat are even saying that they're not even. They go there every year and they're not playing.
I know.
So,
I mean, like
so
I said, like
you're
1,000
telling the
people.
chat
Yeah.
that you want to keep them from the event. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
yeah, I know.
I mean, that's the implication, obviously, right?
Well,
Like, to the extent that you're not playing and there's a conflict, then that is what I want.
And Pretender, New Jersey, that's where ECT is this year. They're in Stamford, Connecticut this year. So, Connecticut, not New Jersey. What am I thinking? Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Blah. But, I do feel like that they could go to a new location. And if they could find a location where so the way that it was spread out was kind of cool. But at the same time, there's issues with it as well, as that when you're in one area, you just don't get to see what's happening in other areas.
The different rooms now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. So, I mean, like, for example, I had to commentate Super Turbo when Street Fighter V Top 8 was going. And, in other venues, you can do that and see it to the side or whatever like
Hear
that.
it at least, yeah.
That's also another thing that's unique to Combo Breaker, too, is that Top 8s are run all on top of each other, right? That's a different thing, too, because during the start of Sunday, there's multiple Top 8s going on. So I saw Unist was going on and everything like that. One of the cool things that they did, though, which was super cool, was that Samsung was one of their sponsors this year. It was Combo Breaker presented by Samsung. They had TVs everywhere that were just playing all the different streams.
Was that how it happened?
Yeah. So even when you're in the New Orleans
okay.
area, there was that little table area you could sit down and everything. There was like 3 TVs playing 3 different streams. Walking back to your hotel room, there's a TV, and I would see crowds standing there watching the Soul Calibur or the Unist and stuff like that. So that was actually really, really cool.
I didn't realize that was due to Samsung, but shout outs to them.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The TVs were there, but they were always surrounded by a big Samsung border.
Oh, I mean, yeah, right. Thanks, Samsung.
Yeah,
I noticed.
exactly. Great job, Samsung. And they even had like little phone charging booths.
I noticed those
Samsung.
too.
Yeah. Sure you did, David.
No, those I actually did notice. I talked with one of my friends who almost locked his phone in there.
Did he forget his code?
Forget/blacked out. It all worked out.
Right.
It all worked out.
Right.
Yeah, I love the venue. The main hall itself is like not any more inherently charming than any convention center or whatever, but just the way that they do it up and the dedicated spaces for different games going on simultaneously. You definitely get the feeling like maybe you're there for 1 or 2 particular games, but you get the feeling of like being surrounded by all these fighting game people, because not just that you physically are, but that there's all these games just everywhere you look. Like you look up in one side and it's Street Fighter, and next to it is Mortal Kombat, and next to it is Unist, and next to that is Tekken, and you just look all around and it's everywhere.
Eidolon says they had to emergency unlock a lot of phones.
Oh, I bet. I absolutely bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say, like, it's actually starting to get to that level of Evo where I just don't run into people anymore.
Yo, some of my friends from here, the dudes who I've been playing with up in the valley, they went to Combo. I didn't see them the entire time. I was even texting them occasionally, like, hey, you guys want to hang? And one of them was like, oh yeah, I'm watching Street Fighter V, and I would time off. So I was like, cool, I'm going to come over and watch. And I was in the SF5 area and like looking around, and I was like, I don't see you.
Yeah, there was, I commentated one of their matches, and that was the only time I saw him.
Oh,
but
man.
like, for example, I really wanted to meet up with all my Guilty Gear friends, right? Like, I know Pat the Flip was there, and Irene was going to be there, who drew the artwork for the T-shirts and stuff like that. Shout outs to Irene. That artwork is awesome. And I never saw them because I never had the ability to go into the anime room. I was always in the main ballroom. I was always in the old man ballroom. I only went into the anime ballroom once because I saw Monique at the door, and I said hi to her, and she's like, oh, Paul and everybody's inside, and so I went inside. If I didn't run into her at the door, I might not have ran into Irene and all these people and stuff, and it's getting to that point. And again, that's not a complaint. That's a testament to just how much it's grown, right? And that's how wonderful it is. And for me, one of the things that makes me so happy about this year so far is that the tournaments that obviously put in the effort, such as Combo Breakers, such as Texas Showdown, are seeing the growth.
Yes, for sure.
It is the events, woo!
Dang, mega woo, by the way. That's
woo! Yeah. Dude, that was some good-ass Tekken, but we'll get to that backlog-a-thon. But that was the crazy thing, is that, that makes me happy to know that the quality is being rewarded.
For sure.
Frosty Faustings grew a lot this year. Texas
right.
Showdown
That's right.
and Combo Breaker are growing, and these are the events that deserve the growth. So that makes me super happy.
That is a good point. Yeah, I wonder if there is something larger going on right now that we haven't yet identified, because they have each grown substantially, to be honest, just in this 1 year. Very interesting. Yeah, look, I had a blast. This is like I said, it's my favorite tournament of the year. It's not just because of the tournament itself, but because of the people who were there. And I don't know, maybe that's not a coincidence, really, that some of my really good friends just happen to live in the Midwest and happen to have been part of UFGT and now Combo Breaker.
Right.
That's probably not a coincidence that they also like know how to run a fighting game. You know what I mean? But no, super cool. And many of them had big news. First time I was able to see them since that news is out. That was great. Super happy about that. And I played casuals. I played Third Strike and Mortal casuals. That was awesome. It was my first time playing Third Strike on the split box.
Oh, dang.
I just never had.
It must have felt weird.
Super weird.
Yeah.
Super weird.
Because every time I see Automatic play Third Strike on a stream, he's back to a joystick.
Right.
Even though he's a hitbox player.
Right. No, I've seen it too. Yeah. It was the weirdest thing was not actually the directionals. It was trying to do a care throw.
Oh,
you see how big these buttons are here? I've done this at this location for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Before that, it was a little different because I was playing on American layouts. But
Right.
since it's been this for like 10 years, and now I have to kind of condense my fingers a little bit more to get a care throw. And that, I didn't do a care throw with Q for the first 20 games. I just kept screwing it up. Anyway, stuff to learn. It was a lot of fun. And very, very cool to hang out with all the people who were there. Super blast.
Another thing that I want to mention about Combo Breaker is that Combo Breaker, and I feel like Rick and Kat would probably be most proud of this.
Okay.
I mentioned this on social media. Combo Breaker puts the idea that only dudes attend fighting game tournaments to rest.
Sure.
It is so clearly a flat out lie. Because as I walk around Combo Breaker, the gender diversity at Combo Breaker is amazing.
Yeah.
I saw so many women there, and I saw a lot of transgender players there and everything. And this is a testament to how much they put priority over making sure the players are not harassed and everything. They've had a history of taking care of people and making sure that they're not that if anything happens they'll address it right away. Again, some stuff happened again, in the bar area, people get drunk, things like that happen. But if it does happen, report it. They will take care of it. They will make sure that doesn't happen again. And because they make such a, make it so known that this is something that they do. Yeah. I felt like it created this environment where everyone felt very comfortable to go to. And so there were so many women competitors there. There were so many of them playing games, and the Combo Queens did a good job calling every single one of them out. Shout outs to even just the spectator, the women there that were spectating and things like that. So, Combo Breaker really is a very inclusive tournament, and I thought that was really, really wonderful to see.
Absolutely. Yeah, I highly agree with all of that. Did you try the popcorn?
I never bought any, but somebody, I think it was Diando, had a bag of the rainbow flavor, which was all the fruit flavors, and he was like, "Here, try some." And I was like, "I don't want to take your popcorn." To which he proceeded to pull out a photo of him with like 9 bags of popcorn. He's like, "I bought all of these this weekend already. You can have some of my popcorn." And I was like, "Okay."
Was it?
So I tried the fruit one, and it was really good.
Yeah.
It was super
I've
good.
only had individual pieces at a time. Because I can't, that line, I don't know. Yeah, if you all weren't there, the line is incredible for the popcorn. That popcorn stand sold, I don't even know how many bales of popcorn. A ton. And every time I had any of it, it was super, super good. Did you try Samurai Showdown?
So, I'm going to say this. I know people are going to get really mad at me.
Okay, it's not going well.
I did not play a single video game at Combo Breaker.
Wow.
The only video game I ever played was Mortal Kombat on my Switch in the room.
You didn't play ST or anything?
I never got a chance to sit down and play ST.
Bummer.
I didn't play Samurai Showdown. I didn't play anything. It was just one of those weekends for me. So that's just how it happened. So yeah. Unfortunately, never had a chance, so that's the way it works. So,
well, I played Sam Show.
I know you didn't like it very much.
That's correct.
Right.
I didn't like it at all. I didn't play it a lot, but part of why I didn't play it a lot is I basically tried it and I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Like immediately. It's the movement speed. The movement speed is comically lacking.
Yeah.
Comically lacking. I mean, I played Injustice 1, okay? Like, I get slow movement speed and you can still have a good game. But this, I tell you, Earthquake is half of SF5 Bison's walk speed.
Right, yeah.
It was just, moving was not fun. It was frustrating to not be in a spot where I wanted to be. I didn't even get deeply enough into the rest of the game, to be honest, because I tried it and the movement speed was so off-putting that I had to just get out of the chair.
Right. I mean, I feel like that might just be a character problem. Although
other people's movement was not that much
right,
better.
But although what I was about to say is, while they're faster than Earthquake, but most Samurai Showdowns have been like this. Most Samurai Showdowns, it's if you're not dashing, you're not moving anywhere. Basically, you have to dash.
I'm probably not into it then.
So it just might not be something that
Maybe.
you're into.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you know, as I said before, I never really played Sam shows.
Right.
Certainly not seriously. So
yeah,
this
like,
is just my opinion for somebody who doesn't have experience with it.
I read, somebody else's very detailed impressions of Samurai Showdown, and they were like, yeah, it feels a lot like Sam Show 5 Special, like it's very similar, this works the same. They never mentioned anything about the movement speed.
Okay, hey, if it's cool for them. You know?
So that's just kind of the way that the game has always been. Like, even if I'm Jubei, like, you're walking, like, not very fast at all.
Dude,
so.
Earthquake's walk speed, you guys.
But I think Earthquake, like I said, is in particular slow. There's a couple of things...
It was, like, unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a couple of things in there that give me concern. Like, I know the recoil cancel has become like a real mix-up.
Okay.
Because, like, I saw Haumara go ping like this, and he's like, and then he did the flip, and I was like... Because before, when you did the recoil cancel, it was like you had to cancel, basically, the window was tiny. So you would go ping cancel, and if you didn't, and you were stuck in this frame, that was it. You were like, that's it, they're going to kill you. And it feels like they widened the window.
Okay.
So there's a few things that don't feel like the old Samurai Showdowns that kind of... concern me. But, I know they're trying to probably make it so it's not as hard to do a lot of these things, so we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I didn't have a chance to play it, and I generally just don't like playing in betas anyway, because I just don't have a chance to sit down and, like, mess with it a little bit. I get very frustrated, so I didn't try very hard to play. I was standing there the whole time while you were playing, but I was just talking to Gibby about it.
Right,
so.
Yeah. I will say it looks better in person. I think that... I mean, as I've watched it more and more, I've kind of become okay with how it looks. And in person, I think it looks nicer even.
They also do improve the graphics every single time it shows up.
That's true. So I guess I don't know which one's which, but okay. This time I thought it looked nice. Okay. So probably more succinct. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get to the Grand Blue versus later. But yeah. So, I mean, for me, I'm still looking forward to it. I'm still hoping, for really good things for Samurai Showdown. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to like or play every game.
Right.
I've come to my peace with that.
Which is actually kind of good, because if there's a game that you don't end up liking, then you just don't have to play it, and that actually makes it good.
I guess, yeah.
That actually makes it good.
Yeah.
I wish I could find a fighting game that I didn't like right now that was coming out, so I could
you already
just...
got one, at least.
What? Do I?
You definitely do. Not one that's coming out, but that has been out.
Oh, that has been out.
For a year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months.
All right, anyway. Anything else about...
What fighting game do I not like? I mean, Cross Tekken is super old.
Yeah, no, that's older for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Come on,
okay,
buddy.
Okay. Yeah,
Anything else to say about...
God, that's how much it's dropped out of my head.
I guess it is.
Jesus,
yeah,
dang.
It's completely deleted from your memory.
Yeah, wow, that's bad.
That's
Woo,
hilarious.
Boy.
Also, I want to give a shout out to the Pheasant Run Resort for selling an entire glass of gin for only $6.50.
Midwest,
wow.
baby.
Wow.
Midwest.
That
baby.
would be 2.5 times the price where I live. Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was serious. She filled up the glass.
I
Dude, it was
couldn't
wild.
even remember. Jeez.
Also, shout outs to the people who are just like vacationing there. You know, I feel like that's less and less each time. Maybe they're just taking up more of the hotel slots, right? For this.
I mean, I think people who probably go there on Memorial Weekend, then they're probably like, "What is going on?
Like,
we are not coming back on Memorial Weekend ever again."
Shout outs to them. It's impressive. What's gross about gin, huh? Nothing. I don't know. Oh, we ordered Giordano's. You know, I gotta tell you, I was a little disappointed this time. I didn't think it was Giordano's best offering.
Oh, okay. I mean, the problem with it, in my opinion, is that when we're ordering personal pizzas, you get so much less of the middle, and it's like all crust, right? And while the crust is really good, I love the crust. It's just I feel like you're eating 50% crust.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You know what I mean? When you get the giant pizza, you get more of the cheese and the inside and everything. Hard part is that we just eat different toppings unless we get a cheese pizza.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep, exactly. Lou's is good. Lou's is definitely good, man. Mm-hmm. Lou Malnati. Anyway, anything else about Combo Breaker? That's not the video games. The tournaments.
Trying to think here if there's anything else I wanted to mention. No, just really, really good event. I mean, if you haven't been to it, definitely try to get into it before it sells out next year.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this, just another problem with the area, obviously, is that the Pheasant Run actually just doesn't even have enough hotel rooms for everybody. And, like, I know some people who wanted to go and they couldn't because they just couldn't find a hotel, not even just at the Pheasant Run, but everywhere around there, there was no hotel rooms available left. So, yeah, that's always kind of tough. So, one Combo Breaker goes on sale next year. If it's in the same location, register right away. And it is going to be a free-for-all. The hotel rooms sold out super fast last year. And if there's a cap again at 4,800, because I guarantee you there's going to be about 6,000 people who are going to want to go, because it's going to grow by 25% because of just how big it is, right? So there's going to be 6,000 people who are going to want to go. So register early. So this is your warning now. When Combo Breaker goes on sale next year, don't wait, register right away. So there you go.
Makes sense. Let's talk about the tournament.
Yes.
It was a big one. It was a big one for everything. For every game.
We'll go through all the games because Combo Breaker, because it celebrates all the games, they deserve all the time. So
sounds right to me. Yeah. The biggest one, the one that ended up finishing for the night, 800 entrants or more actually, was Mortal Kombat 11. Whew, boy, I just swallowed something weird. Winner was Scar, actually, not Sonic Fox. So Scar won it mostly with Sonya, a little bit of Scorpion too. And this is actually, it's weird. Sonic Fox has never won Mortal Kombat at Combo Breaker.
He's never won the NRS games, right?
He won Injustice.
Oh, he did? Okay. Because he was talking about how it was a curse. I saw him afterwards, and I was like, curse continues, huh? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he got second with Jackie, Aaron, and a little bit of Scarlett, actually.
Yeah.
And he hates losing. That's obvious. But at the same time, you can see he's just like stoked for his friends. When they beat him. He's always like really happy, and he authentically congratulates them. He's like stoked for them. Upset that he lost, stoked for them.
Yeah, it depends on who wins, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some people who are more his friends than others.
Yeah. But still, I mean, like when Scar ended up beating him, right? He was super happy. When Tweety sent him to losers, he was like, "Good, great job."
Oh, okay.
He
popped off when he beat Tweety afterwards.
For sure. No, like I said, he hates losing. For sure, right? You can tell. But at the same time, he's happy when somebody like actually beats him,
right?
Because he even knows that like that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, look, he lost 2-0 to Tweety in winner's side, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what Sonic Fox ate or drank, or if he was just like, wait. I'm Sonic Fox. And then because then he just destroyed Tweety. Like that was. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
It's like in that clip. It's right after fatality. It's like there's no break. That's one of my favorite parts about it.
Because Tweety even went to Garrus. He was like, "No, I'm going top tier," and then that Garrus just exploded.
Got busted.
Like, seriously.
And a lot of people are talking about Jackie beating Garrus pretty badly. So that was a switch I didn't expect for him to go to Garrus. Tweety got third. Smeej got fourth with Katana.
Let's go, Smeej.
That's impressive. A lot of people sleep on Katana, but he's doing work.
I've already determined now that Dragon is going to hire a hitman to kill me now. So. At one point in time, they were going to go up to the stage and play, right? And Dragon was kind of standing off to the back, and I saw Smeej, right? And I was like, okay, since Dragon's not within earshot, and then Dragon turns around and goes, what? And he like walks over, and I was like, Dang it. I was saying, since you are in earshot, I was going to go, let's go Samij, because, it's the Catwoman thing, right?
Yeah.
And Dragon was like, he's the nicest guy.
Very nice.
He was like, oh, that's cool, it's fine. I was like, but I love you too, Dragon. He was like, yeah, okay. And me and Samij started joking that he probably has, like, in his phone, like, remember to kill James.
yeah.
Especially because Samij did beat Dragon.
Yeah. Dragon 5th, Foxy Grandpa 5th with Cassie and Kung Lao. And then Big D, Cetrion Jade, and Deoxys, Geras, and Katana, 7th also. That was super cool. Very, very good tournament. I love I love a bunch of stuff about it. I mean, just the characters. Sonya, Scorpion, Jackie, Aaron, Scarlet, Baraka, Geras, Katana, Cetrion, Kung Lao, Jade. That's 11 in the top 8. The game is in a really good spot. And players are there from a bunch of different regions. There's 2 Texas, 2 Florida, 2... Delaware / NYC, and 1 from the UK as well, and 1 from the Midwest. Yeah. So there's just a bunch of variety in there. And 9th was the same way. Waz was there. He was from Australia, of course.
Dude, MK11 was...
The game is all over the place.
The top 8 was super hype.
It was so good.
It was so good. And I even had someone who doesn't like MK11 watch it, and we're like, I actually made the game look really good. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Tekken, we'll get to Tekken, but it was so hype that
Tekken?
Yeah, it was so hype that like as I'm like getting ready to sit down to do Mortal Kombat commentary, I was talking to other people there, and I was like, I don't think we're gonna get much of the crowd here. They're just gonna be cheered out.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be done. And then thankfully it wasn't the case. They were actually into it still.
Dude, Tekken 7. That top 8 was ridiculous.
Incredible.
Like, I can't even... you know what the worst thing about it is? I couldn't even see most of it because I was commentating Super Turbo at the time.
I couldn't see most of it either. Yeah, I was prepping for MK. So.
But, like, the hype of it... And shout-outs to Tasty Steve and Rip. Like, nobody can control a crowd like Tasty Steve, right? You put him in that kind of environment where he's sitting in the middle of the crowd and everybody can see him, and he's standing up with the chair and pounding chairs, and he's just jumping around and injuring Rip and everything like that. You saw Rip's injuries, right?
I did.
Yeah, literally he grabbed his collarbone, and it was the funniest thing because Rip was like, oh my god, he did it, and you're hurting me, Steve, let go of my collarbone, like on the commentary, which was hilarious. Yeah. And even after he said that, Steve didn't let go.
No.
And then Rip actually put a picture out there, and he just had this big old bruise on his collarbone.
He had a cut here on his chest as well.
Which is when Tasty Steve launched him almost out of the stage.
The funny thing, the funny thing about Steve is that he doesn't even realize that that's happening. It's so like fundamentally natural to him that I asked him later, because we were talking about this amazing picture of him leaping out of his chair.
Dude, shout outs to Vexani, by the way, because that picture might be one of the greatest fighting game pictures of all time.
That's probably true. But I talked with Steve about it, and he said, I don't even remember that happening. I don't even remember it.
Right.
And I bet you if you asked him, hey, do you remember squeezing Rip's collarbone? No.
Right.
If you asked him, Rip said in the moment, you're hurting me, let go. And he did not realize that he was doing it. Like, it's just so
like if you
natural
said, do you remember punching your chair and lifting it up in the air and shaking it? He'd probably be
He doesn't. I asked him.
Oh, even the chair.
Yeah,
lifting
he just
up the
did
chair.
it. He forgot. It's just like it's so part of him.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I said this on Facebook, but I think he's the only like natural. He was born to do something in entertainment like this.
Yeah.
He's like definitely just an entertainer.
Yeah.
Whatever it was going to be, whatever he was interested in, he was just going to end up doing the entertaining thing part of it. I don't believe much in like predestination, obviously, like as previous conversations have said. But I feel like that's for him. He's the most like naturally born into it, and like we had to learn it. Basically, right? And he does better anyway.
I mean, to be fair, people have actually said that he had to learn it as well, but he got good at it thanks to the Wizarding World stuff that he did.
So, okay, I think as far as commentary goes, that's true. Him traveling, but his like enthusiasm.
Oh, the enthusiasm,
there's
working
no act.
The crowd and
there's
thing.
No act.
But when he's doing that, because
100% Steve.
Giuna said it the same way. It's like, this is just Steve in his natural environment. Whether he sees a shirt that he loves at the store, or he is watching a movie, or he's eating something that he really enjoys.
That's absolutely right.
Is just how he is. That man is a ball of energy.
I mean, it's everything too. Like, so at events, oftentimes people will come up and say hello to us, and we like talking with people. That's great. And I'll have chat, and I'll be talking normally. And Steve, the way he handles it is just like effusive. What's up, man? How's it going? I love to see you every single time. And somebody will, and then the person walks away. Next person comes up. What's up, man? I love to see you. How's it going? How's your weekend?
Yeah.
It's every single time. Seriously, you've seen it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? He's so in there at all times.
Someone
so
said
impressive.
that Steve, I mean, he could solve the world energy problem if we could just figure out how to hook up some turbines to him just to channel that energy, dude. Seriously, dude. Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Steve. Always impressed.
But top 8 was super good as well.
Top 8 was incredible.
In fact, I think it was probably the most hype thing that was going on over there because everything went down to the last rounds, and there was like slow-mos and all these other crazy things, and it was so good.
Yeah. So winner was Knee. Geese, Paul, Deviljin, Brian, Steve, and Jin.
That Paul.
That's wild.
Oh my God. So Anakin was in winner's
second place,
side
Jack
bracket of grand finals. Went up 2-0 in the first set against his Jin. I think it was. Yeah, it was against
I wasn't
his Jin.
watching, unfortunately.
He went up 2-0 against his Jin, and then he switched to Paul, and from there it just like Anakin couldn't handle it anymore. And it was really, I feel like, because Anakin was playing so solid, and Paul is just one of those characters that if you make the read, you will drain 40% of their life. Right? It's risky, but if you make the right read. And maybe with the other characters, when he made the read, he wasn't doing it. I mean, there was rounds where he was up 40%. Then he got hit by Rage Drive Death Fist into Death Fist, and he died. Lost 40% of his life. And he just made the comeback. He reset it at 3-2. And then in the finals, Anakin started catching up, but then it ended 3-2 with me anyway. And that Paul pick was like crucial for him. So that was super exciting. Yeah,
that was really cool that Anakin got second. Rangchu got third.
Yep,
Panda and Katarina.
Tasty Chew.
Yep, Tasty Rangchu.
Yeah, sponsored by Tasty Steve. He just bought his plane ticket out there because he just wanted him to go out there.
Yep.
How do you think Steve would have told Rangchu that he wanted to go out there?
Ding, 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 ding. Hello, Rangchu. This is Steven.
Man, come on.
He's never called himself Steven in his life. There's no way. No, that's super cool. JDCR got fourth, Armor King. Then you had Chanel and Lohai, and then you had Peeling and Rixta as well. Rixta was in top 8, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
He did the little dance when he won to get to top 8. But then, did you see the super that he did?
I did see the super that he did.
I mean, obviously he lost because he won the tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, that super. And then he also even did his own director's commentary on his stream when he was talking about the moment. He was like, normally when he's playing, he's just in there and he doesn't notice the crowd or anything. But he said that as soon as that happened, I mean, you saw him. He like put his hand up to his face. He said he turned and looked at the crowd and he just saw the sea of people just cheering and roaring. And he said it was like one of the first times that he had gotten pulled out of a match. And everything, he was like, what the hell is happening? And then immediately had to like go back, because it wasn't even the end of the game. Like he had to like go back into
That was the second to last round.
Yeah.
The last round was after that.
Right. And so, yeah, like, dude, I saw him and I was just like, good job, dude. I was so proud of Rixta,
So
dude.
cool.
600 and some people, Rixta getting top 8 with all those guys there. Let's go.
So
dude.
cool.
Let's go.
My favorite moment, maybe of the entire night in terms of the tournament, was the spirit bomb that the crowd gave.
When?
Like a bunch of times, but especially at the end in Anakin versus Nee. Did you not see that? The crowd?
No.
Oh, dude,
because I was sitting in the curtain area watching.
Oh, you messed up, man.
Oh, no.
You messed up. It was ridiculous. The crowd, and like silently for the most part. Just,
oh, dang.
and they're just all giving their energy to Anakin, like silently. Like
that's so crazy.
1,000 people just with their hands up.
Oh, that's
like, it was
awesome.
Incredible.
That's awesome. Yeah, shout out to
so
Anakin,
cool.
by the way. I mean, he did really, really well as well. So, but yeah, I'm super hyped for Rixta. Shout outs to Rixta, and obviously Peeling getting in 7th place as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. John Ding was in 9th.
I'll
Speed
definitely
Kicks,
get to
Cut
that
Up
silent scope. I'll definitely get to that because that might have been my favorite moments of the thing. So
that's true. Yeah, a lot of great players in there. Wow.
600 plus players, dude. 600 plus players.
Yep. Also with about 600
Were you sitting next to Steve, Leon, or something? Or because he says Steve forced his hand up, I wouldn't be surprised if because there was even one point where Steve ripped off his headset and was just yelling into the microphone while holding the headset. Yeah, he was just like that, while he was commentating, dude. It's crazy.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Karen Nokami. Karino.
So Street Fighter V had about the same amount of people, 600ish, just slightly less than second. Winner was Punk with Karen. Second place was Problem X, mostly with Bison, but he actually reset the bracket with Abigail.
And then you said you talked to Punk too. And
I talked with Punk, and I asked Punk
adjustments.
what changed between those two sets where you got dunked by Abigail, and then you beat Abigail. You blew him up, actually.
Right, 0-3 and then 3-0.
Yeah. And he said, well, I realized that I was pressing too many buttons in the neutral game, so I got crush countered. And also, I thought he was going to command grab me, so I kept on just holding up forward as I was waking up. And then I was like, I should stop doing those things. And then he did, and then he won 3-0 versus the current EVO champion.
Yeah,
so,
that's all
easy,
it was. That was
easy.
it. You just made that, that
was it.
Obviously, I'm pushing too many buttons and jumping too much.
Yeah. Whatever, right? Oh, okay, cool. Next time I play Problem X, I'll make sure to not press too many buttons in neutral and not hold up. Great.
I know, right? Jesus.
What are you talking about?
I mean, look, there's only one story in Street Fighter V right now, and it's that 2 years ago when we thought Punk was the best player in the world, that wasn't even his final form.
No.
He is on some other level right now. And not just that, too, but this is true throughout all the games, too. I probably should bring this up from the Tekken standpoint as well.
Okay.
But the parity in fighting games right now is so good.
Right, okay.
Right? So even to the point where Pakistan might be the best at Tekken right now, right? So, Anakin getting there to grand finals on the winner's side, the American player here. And right now, here in Street Fighter V, we didn't have a Japanese player in grand finals. We had US and UK.
Yeah.
We had US and EU going against each other.
And those actually might be the two best players in the world.
Yeah,
the two best might not be from Japan.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really, really cool to see right now where fighting games are. Because it's just not as simple as it used to be that Japanese players come and beat us up. You know what I mean? It's just not like that. In Tekken, the Koreans don't just come and beat everybody up.
Even honestly in NRS, the US is still the best, but Canada is right there, UK is right there. You have a whole bunch of players now who are right there. So
Yeah.
that's really cool. Here's a bit of stat from GTO Akira's Twitter. Players who have beaten Punk this year in the Capcom Pro Tour. Gachikun, Fudo. By the way, these are just individual times, okay? Gachikun, Fudo, Tokido.
Is this actually sending him to loser's bracket, or is this just winning a game?
No, winning a set, obviously.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Gachikun, Fudo, Tokido, K-Brad, Problem X, Angry Bird, and then first set of Grand Finals, Problem X. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. Those are the sets. So, obviously...
And those players are...
They're all
kind of the best,
right?
So the ones that you named there.
That means he won final round, the mix-up, and combo breaker, right? Yeah, because he didn't lose to anybody else, so that must...
The only one he hasn't won so far was NCR, where Tokido beat him.
And April Annihilation, actually.
Oh, okay.
Problem X ended up beating him. But Problem X is the only person who has beaten Punk twice this year in the CPT.
Yeah, and we're talking about the CPT currently, so Brian F. beat Punk at Frosty, but then he came back.
CPT only is the
but then he came back and kind of blew him up, so... Yeah, Cuddlecore did super well in Tekken. Yeah, she eliminated Low-High, I think it was, or was it Dimeback? Eliminated one of them to get into what place did she get?
She got ninth.
She got ninth. Okay, so she just missed. Okay.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, nobody can beat Punk. Nobody can beat Punk.
Punk is just obviously the best. Obviously the best. It's wild. Mm-hmm. And I was hanging out with Punk and Problem X up in the front. We were sitting with them while they were waiting to play, and there was both trash talk and also just chatting about the game. Oh, can you believe this just happened in the game? They're talking to him about it, betting against each other.
You saw Punk, he would just be like, I would wake up super right here. Yeah. And then the guy did a meaty and he was like, see?
Yeah. But even before Winners Finals, Punk turned to Problem X and he was like, I think you're going to have a tough time against Machobo in Losers Finals. Machobo hadn't even made it to Losers Finals yet either.
Real? Oh, yeah? Oh,
He just knew exactly what was going to happen. was crazy.
Oh, man.
So.
But shout-outs to Machabo as well. Fresh off of his win from Battle Arena Melbourne, right? And now here he is. I know. I'm trying. But then third place here, highest Japanese placing with Nakali, a character that everybody else left because he was, not because he was bad, because he's boring.
Yeah.
But Machabo makes Nakali look kind of cool.
I agree. I almost think that that's his biggest achievement this weekend. Nah, he does play an interesting style. It's a little bit different than many
It's
others.
so buttonsy.
Yeah.
Like once he gets in
Very
your
active.
face, he's just like pop, 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 and you're just so scared to touch buttons.
I like his
somehow.
stomps. He does a really good job.
Yeah.
Haitani fourth with Akuma, then Gachikun and John Takeuchi both with Rashid, then Idom Laura and Takamura Akuma. Idom, this was, by the way, his first CPT premiere.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. And
I don't just mean this year.
ever. Okay.
That's crazy, right? How could that be? But
I mean, he just.
I asked, and that's what it is.
He just doesn't like traveling.
He doesn't
So
go.
There's the whole thing. Airplane. I'm not sure what
Airplane
it
is what it is. Yeah, I understand.
So
yeah.
But honestly, like that guy.
He got top 8 in his first, and he was emergency reg. I didn't know. Or are you talking about Machabo maybe? Because I know Machabo did that. But yeah, anyway, he made top 8 in his first ever CPT premiere.
Yeah, I'm so happy that he performed that well because on Street Fighter League, he just hasn't had a chance to do anything, right? And then the first match he went on stream that I saw, he lost.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, and then the next one, he was getting busted at the beginning, and I was like, man, we don't get to see Idom kicking ass. And then he won that match, and then by being Idom, and it was super cool to see, so... yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it just might be a fear of airplanes, which is absolutely legit because I know a bunch of people, including my brother, who has fear of airplane flights. So, it's an unreasonable thing, but you can't help it, right?
You can't talk yourself out of it.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, so...
Fudo got 9th. JB also, Big Bird, Mena RD, who beat Tokido. Just like an incredible raft of players, actually. I saw his tweet about it. And yeah, look, really good character variety, with the exception of 4 Rashids in the top 12.
Yeah, I mean, that is the clear character storyline of Street Fighter, is that Rashid is clearly the best character.
Like, didn't we all say that?
Yeah.
I feel like we all said that.
Yeah,
as soon as
we
we saw
all
the patches,
knew it.
we were like, oh, you buffed Rashid. Cool.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's why there's that joke. Now that the Eagle Spike doesn't bounce off, it's like because he had trouble getting in, right? It's the joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because a lot of people talk about Karen, too. There's one Karen there, right? I mean, is there another Karen besides Punk who's making top 16?
Well, actually, there's no Karen until Justin Wong at 25th place.
Right, exactly.
No, Bonchan at 13th, but Karen Sagat.
Yeah, and he used Sagat a lot in the top matches that I saw, so... There you go. I mean, that's just the thing. So I don't even know if Karen is as good as people say she is. It's just when you play against a person who makes the right decisions all the time and has the hit confirm every single time, she's going to seem like the best character. Yeah, no doubt she's still super good.
She's obviously strong.
Yeah, but I don't know if she's Rashid strong.
I don't think she's Rashid strong. Yeah. No, of course not. Of course not. No. Yeah, anyway, very good player variety, very good variety with the exception of Rashid. Karen Okami, oh no, it just went off screen.
Oh, what did you want
Bummer.
to see? What did you want to see here?
Alright, cool. Mena beat Tokido, Daigo, Bonchan, and Mago, and did not make the top 8. Woo, boy. That is a tough one. Also, at a specific request to call out Ghost Chip 78. Who beat Brian F., Goichi, and MOV and only got 49th place.
Yeah, I mean, he was from New Zealand, and he played super well.
Very cool.
I was really proud of him. He made it out in one of the hardest pools that had Goichi and Brian F. in there, and he made it out on loser side of that pool. High Fight says in the chat that Machabo got 17th, 13th, 13th, and 9th at EVO 2017, EVO Japan 2018, EVO 2018, and EVO Japan 2019. He's just getting stronger and stronger.
That's, no surprise, right? I mean, he's already been super strong in one fighting game. Of course, you can do it again.
Yeah.
So, okay. Street Fighter V. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed the top 8.
Really good. What do you think about the Street Fighter V on Sunday afternoon stuff going right now? It's been on Sunday afternoon on NorCal Regionals at Combo Breaker.
I think that was their choice.
Yeah,
for the
sure.
first one. Well, this one, I don't think it was.
I think it was, actually.
Because the 2 other games had more entrants, and I think Combo Breaker just does it by number of entrants.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Let me know if that's not true, but that was my understanding.
Okay. Yeah, Curly could probably let us know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm cool with it. I don't know, but what about you?
Okay.
It's fine either way.
I'm not sure if it's working. Let's just put it that way. I think they probably would have got more people. I think people are just used to watching tournaments on Sunday night, so it's probably not necessarily bigger viewers or anything like that. So, okay.
It was really fun in the crowd. That was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, in order of entrance.
It
That's
was
what
in
I thought.
order of entrance. Okay. Cool.
Dragon Ball Fighters, won by Goichi with Bardock, Kid Goku, and Goku. I was talking with somebody about this. I guess it was Steven. And he said that this was Kid Goku as an assist. Seems like it's very strong. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. No, Tubaware was saying Kid Goku is just like the best character.
Yeah.
He's got the upward beam assist. He has basically the ultimate incoming mix-up lockdown move, because he just shoots a beam right into that space.
Right.
And so now that the snapback meta is kind of strong in this game, snap them in there, you shoot a beam at them, they come in. There's nothing they can do, basically, right? So they're stuck there, and then your character is free to do whatever the hell mix-up they want on them. So I've seen some tech videos that was like really, really strong with that character.
And you remembered them, huh?
I mean, I know enough. I don't know how.
What game are we even talking about right now?
I don't know. I have no idea, actually.
Hook Gengar got second. Bardock, Piccolo, Vegeta.
So who was first? Goichi. Okay.
Then Shanks got third, player from Spain. That's super cool.
Good job.
Sonic Fox got fourth. What a buster. He's retired. He has washed up. GG's. It's over. Chris G and Tachikawa got fifth. Apology Man and Subatomic Sabers got seventh.
Did you see that clip of Tachikawa and Goichi? It's hilarious.
I did.
Goichi, apparently he's reading that to improve your reaction timing, you should practice speed reading. So he just picked up his book and he's like flipping through the pages, and then Tachikawa like leans back and looks at him and just takes the book out of his hand and starts doing it too. And Goichi's just like...
Yeah, he mugs to the crowd a little bit. That was good.
Goichi was like...
Yeah.
Like, what happened, right?
Yeah.
And then the best part about it was someone tweeted that, right? And there's like Tachikawa as the GOAT. And then afterwards, Tachikawa responded to the tweet and said, Goichi's book is trash.
Oh, wow.
That was awesome.
But the way that he was reading it was like, you're not even speed reading.
Yeah, I know,
to be honest.
right?
You're not. Come on.
I thought he was like watching an animation.
Right,
It was like
right,
Goku versus Superman, Like,
wow. Okay. So that's cool. There was also Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which was won by SB Meister with Mr. Game & Watch.
Oh, dang.
Is that something that can happen? That's cool.
Okay.
I had no idea. Second place was DB Yeti with Mega Man.
Okay,
Damn,
nice.
that's sick.
Esam was in top 8, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
then it was Zinotto, then MVD, then Esam and Tyroy, and then Anti and Dill.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. Under Night. Winner. Clear Lamp.
From Japan,
Byakuya.
right?
Second place, Dramatic Red Blade with Wagner. Man, he was distraught.
Oh, after he lost?
Yes.
Was he?
He was absolutely... So what I've was told was that he lost in a similar way to Clear Lamp not long ago. That Clear Lamp had to come back and win from loser side in grand finals, and then also beat him in the second set of grand finals.
Okay.
But that's happened twice now.
Oh, jeez.
And so he just was super, super upset about it. Yeah, when it happened, he didn't move. I mean, he sat there with his controller, just like this.
Oh, dang. So it wasn't even like a
For
head
minutes.
down kind of thing? It was just like
He didn't want to
this
move.
shouldn't be over. Like, come on, let's one more game kind of thing.
Just didn't want to face it yet. So that was sad to see. But, look, you still got second place. That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, poor guy, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Fox of 42 with VAT got third, etc. Did you watch any of that?
I did not get a
Squish
chance to
got
see
ninth,
it.
all right.
Because like I said, everything was going on at the same time. It was so hard for me to watch a lot of these things. So Fox of 42 nearly beat Clear Lamp in losers finals.
Okay, sick.
According to Curly W. Man, okay. Yeah, I'm sure like a lot of those, right? Like Rainchu almost beat Ni and then Nia had to make the crazy comeback, and Anakin sent Rangchu to losers. So I'm sure he would have preferred Rangchu coming back up. You know,
sure,
I'm sure same here. You know, he probably would have preferred if Fox had beaten Clear Lamp instead. You know, man. Okay. Who got fourth? Who got fourth?
Who got fourth?
Says Curly W says, say who got fourth.
RT Royal Heart V2 with Hilda.
Okay. Curly W, give us the significance of that.
Fifth.
Highest playing Chicago person in a main stage game.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
School Bus and Trill got fifth, and Slam and Unis Player got seventh.
Okay, I'm down with it, Curly W.
Dang. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, winner. Lost Soul. Oh.
Yeah. I remember seeing him at, what was the last event that we were at, the major?
Texas?
Texas, yeah. I saw him at Texas, and he got like 7th place or whatever, and he was like, I'm disappointed in myself. I was like, don't worry, dude. Like, I bet you'll do well at Combo Breaker. You got this.
Nice. He got the James Chen bump.
Yeah, and he won it, so shout outs to Lost Soul, too. And it was really interesting, too, because, you know, I was talking about, you know, the making a reel and all that stuff like that on Twitter, and Lost Soul actually chimed in on that and said that he grew up, and when he was a baby, he was like deaf for the first few years, and it was just, you know, it was like an earwax problem or something like that, but it actually hurt his speech growth.
Oh, wow.
And so he was saying that, like, he still feels like he's struggling with that today.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, dude, like, you sound, I understand it. Because
he's like,
he's always scared that people aren't understanding what he's saying.
Oh, wow,
and I was like, dude, I can understand you perfectly. He was like, thank you.
Huh.
So, yeah. That was really cool to learn more about, like, the history of these players and stuff.
Realize.
It's super cool to see him win here. Shout outs to Lost Souls. So he's so good.
Damon Doe got second with Slayer. Kizzy with Sin got third.
But let's see. I'm sad. Kizzy is my boy, and he just got sponsored by Anu as well.
That's true,
which is a Japanese group that I think is really into the anime games, and they picked up Kizzy the States, so that's actually super cool. Yeah.
Then Deb with Soul, then Hotashi and Pepper Splash got fifth, and Teresa and Bjorn Sonabera got seventh.
Some people are saying Lost Soul seems to have some rough background. Even if that's true, I don't know the whole story, but like that's how great fighting games are. Right? Lost Soul, maybe he had a rough childhood or something, but look at him now. Like, Justin Wong is sponsoring him to go to events, and he's winning events like that. I mean, how cool is that?
That's great.
Amazing that, you know, fighting games are something so great, man.
Just to bring it back to Unist, did you see any of the Unist exhibition?
I saw a little bit of it, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with the Sammy Fish joke, but, you know, they explained it to me afterwards.
They did, okay.
Yeah. So.
Did you see, as people are in the chat are talking about, Hanzo in the do-rag?
I did.
You did?
I did.
What were your thoughts about Hanzo in the do-rag? It's very shiny. It was like a gray, shiny do-rag.
I couldn't figure out...
under his normal hat.
I couldn't figure out it was an improvement over the regular hat, or if it was an improvement over the regular hat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, the regular hat.
He was like...
It's not great.
Like, he was like Hanzo Bonzo at that point in time. You know, it can't even be Gonzo anymore. It just has to have a more, you know, fierce-sounding kind of thing.
Bonzo. Well, I don't know if Bonzo's it.
Yeah, I know.
To be honest. It was, you know, whatever. He was wasted.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, apparently Sammy Fish was supposed to play, and Chris Segley was like, he's right here, and like points right to Vineeth, because Sammy Fish like disappeared.
Sammy Fish had left.
Yeah, and then Vineeth was like, what? I'll play. And then, so they called him Sammy Fish.
Shoutouts to Raph for beating Sajam.
Did he?
In the team tournament.
Oh, nice. Okay. But Sajam is really good at that game.
Well, he lost.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're moving on. And nothing else happened. They didn't play later, and nothing else happened. Soul Calibur 6.
So according to Curly W, Meister won Smash 4 last year with Game & Watch as well. Someone else in the chat said that Mr. Game & Watch has been doing damage since the game has come out.
Oh, okay. That's cool, man.
He's just a strong character.
Sick.
So, yeah.
Calibur.
Oh, Sammy wasn't supposed to play.
Linkors.
Okay. Oh, Linkors won.
Geralt and Siegfried.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch this either.
I watched this only from afar. Yeah, it was whenever I was commentating, it was on, or vice versa, whatever. Second place was Rich Sticks with Maxi. Gio with Yoshi got third.
Okay.
KOA Sandman with Aswell, Amy, and Siegfried.
Is Party Wolf in there anywhere?
Party Wolf. No.
No, he didn't go. Oh, that's sad. Okay,
Or didn't make top 25. Like maybe, I don't know.
Now someone else says that people think Game & Watch sucks. So
that's what I thought. But
this is the chat. Sure. This is stream chat, man.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Conflicting information.
5th place is Where Grandma's Got Game and Wind Charmer, both with Talon. 7th place was Boom with Yoshi Raph, and then Fire with Killick Talon. There were 3 Talons in top 8.
Yeah, I heard she got buffed pretty well in the last patch, so I think she got stronger.
I've only watched a little bit of this game's tournament so far, and I'm definitely planning to watch the rest. This is BB Tag top 8 winner, SSNO Koji Cog with Walled Tager.
Yeah.
Good old boys, still playing the video game. Apparently not as well.
Yeah, I've heard
definitely nerfed.
I heard that this game, the way that it's been described to me is that all the degenerate stuff that was boring was removed, and all the degenerate stuff that was fun has been buffed. So like now everybody has TODs and stuff, and apparently like
4 out of 7, please.
The 1v1 mechanic is a little bit stronger now. Apparently, this was Callisto who was telling me about this.
Okay,
like basically all the cool stuff that you could do with bringing the assist and they'd be invincible and you do all this stuff and blah blah. A lot of that stuff isn't as much. Like the timer when you go into the cross tag mode where you're controlling both is much shorter now if you don't have a full bar. So they've kind of de-emphasized the using 2 characters at the same time, which turned out to be a really strong meta, you know, when it first came out. The Japanese had showed that with the Ruby Gordeau stuff. And I guess they tried to weaken it so it's more 1v1. But now apparently it sounds like every character is just like busted, and it's like really fun that way. You know, it's that mentality of balancing. So.
I felt it was already pretty wild, but you know, all right. 2nd place was Anti-Base with Mitsu and Yuzu. 3rd was 973 Diaphone with Merkava Blake. What else is going on here? So then it was Rhino, Carmine Jin, Carmine Mika, Flux with Mitsuru Yuzuriha, then Kaoruko with 9 Orie.
So I really doubt
then Ruby Gord, and then Makoto Naoto. LTL.
Yeah, I doubt that anybody was going to play Teddy. Remember, the patch only just dropped for a week. I don't think anybody's going to go into Combo Breaker with a new Teddy team and feel super confident with that. You know, so I think the top players are probably going to stay with their original teams as best as possible. So there you go.
All right. Ooh, then the next one, is this really the next biggest tournament? Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
No, I'm probably not. It probably is not listed in that order, but maybe it is. I
wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe it is. Okay.
Winner, Justin Wong with Chun-Li.
Dude, Justin is holding it down for the old man. Isn't it weird to say that?
Well, he's a parent.
Yeah, I know. It's just the whole thing is so wild. But he just like winning. I mean, he walked home with 4 trophies.
This is the same as it was 15 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
This was the same. It was. I was there on the East Coast, man. This is what was happening, and it's still happening. Yep. So Justin Wong won it. Frankie got 2nd with Ken and Yun. He beat Justin. Actually sent him to the loser's side, and Justin had to make the comeback.
Okay.
That's cool. Then you had Beatran with Yun. Beatran. Is that? That wouldn't be Exodus, is it? Let me know.
I don't know.
Anyway, then you had the Lance Show, then Jamarvelous, and Shotokan, then Arlieth. Oh, Exodus, there it is. Okay.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah.
There's Exodus.
Dude, the fact that he's winning all these games without using any of those games as strategy is just ridiculous.
That, again, 15 years ago, the same.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to play Third Strike 15 years ago.
He didn't know how to roll cancel in CVS2.
He didn't know how to do carrot throws with Chun-Li. Chun-Li.
He won Alpha 2, and he told me he doesn't know how to activate custom combo. Alpha 2, where custom combo is like, you need this to win,
Correct.
Except, I guess, if you're Rose, so...
I mean, he activates, right? He just does all 6 buttons, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, but he never activates it. He said that's how he does if he wants to, but he just does the mirror super with Rose all day.
Got it.
And he uses it by activating it and scaring the opponent. He activates it and doesn't even use it. It just makes the opponent stop attacking him.
Sick. He's pretty wild, to be honest.
It's so crazy, dude.
But yeah, seriously, that's how it was 15 years ago. Like, at the height of these games, Justin was the best Third Strike player in the country without knowing how to carrot throw, without knowing SGGK, nothing.
Yeah, he did lose the Chaos and MVC2 in their exhibition as well. But Chaos has been grinding so much. He's just, like, constantly playing that game. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I played some Third. It was a lot of fun. GG's everybody out there. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo results. Jiggly Norris won it with Fei Long.
Shout outs to Jiggly Norris. He was doing really well.
Crazy.
Fei Long is getting. I mean, he's like I've been saying on commentary, that character is rising up the tier list so fast, and it's just he's gotten to the point now where when you watch the high level Fei Long players, like it's literally just I am just gonna do one of 3 or 4 things, and good luck. I'm either gonna chicken wing, I'm either gonna short flame kick, I'm gonna rekka, or I'm gonna walk up and throw you. And like that's just what they do, and it is the craziest thing. But like that's how all Fei Long seem to play these days, and it's super effective.
Very cool.
And yeah, he used to be one of the bottom 4 characters, but now like he's mid high tier, like he's up there now in the rankings. It's kind of crazy.
Incredible.
And the only reason why Justin didn't win this tournament, he thought he had registered, but he did not.
Oh my god.
So he wasn't in it. He just wasn't in this tournament.
That's very funny. Money second with Vega, then that arch villain with Bison got third. Sick. Then you had Climax, Barlog, Logic LV with Balrog, and Mega Man X with Zangief.
He did really well with Zangief. I was really impressed with the Zangief play. Woo!
Then you had Nakanishi and Afromatic both with Ryu, both 7th place.
Yep.
Cool. KI. Ooh, I watched this. It was so fun.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to watch this. Okay.
I didn't watch most of it live, but I definitely caught it later. Nikki won it with Fulgore. Second place was SD117, Sonic Dolphin 117. That's right. His sponsor is SD117, and his name is Sonic Dolphin 117. Anyway, got second place with Arbiter Kenwu. Yeah. Wheels got third with Gargos.
Nice.
That was cool. Fourth was Z-Train over 9,000 with Maya and Saberwolf. Then you had Night Slash, Aganos, and Valorak Cinder. Then Latalis Venator with Aganos, Riptor, and Carnitas
two
Glacius.
Agonoses in top 8.
That was the only repeat character, I think. Or were there 2 Fulgores?
It's always crazy to me
there were not.
How soft cats are. And then when you find a cat hair like this, the bottom is like really strong,
Oh, that's a whisker for sure.
This is a whisker? No, this is a cat hair.
Well, I got news for you about whiskers.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Woo! Yeah, this is thick enough for sure.
Okay.
Anyway, that was a lot of fun. That game's so fun, and I really enjoyed watching it. And good job on commentary, and yay, it was a lot of fun.
Okay. Vampires.
VSAV winner Nakanishi with Bishamon.
Moment of the tournament for me, right there. And it was because Nakanishi is from Japan. He is a Vampire Savior expert. He came out here specifically to play. I don't know if they flew him out here or what the story of that is, but he came out here. And he was fighting Alaris in grand finals.
Yeah.
And they were all cheering for Alaris, shouting USA, whatever like that, try to get him to win and everything like that. But Nakanishi won. And the story is that he thought they were going to boo him when he got his trophy.
Really?
Because he was the enemy or whatever like that. But then they started chanting his name. Aww. They were like, Nakanishi. And the video, you could just see it. He just loses it. And he is just lip quivering, tears rolling down his cheek and everything like that. It was, dude, it was so, because he was not expecting that kind of reception from it. And you can already tell he's an emotional guy. We'll get to that in CVS 2.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that in CVS 2. But he was so emotional and he was just overcome with emotion. It was so great.
That's
dude.
great, man.
It was great.
Yeah, Alaris got second with Felicia.
Yeah.
Jay won the skate with Sasquatch there.
Shout outs to Hecklers with doing that with Felicia, because his Felicia's awesome, dude. Every time he lands those kitty helper combos, everyone gets super hype in that game. So
Dying fourth with Jetta, Mighty Mar, Anakaris, and Kane. BB Hood got fifth. Then seventh were Animivo Hagure with Jay Talbane and VMP Chex Quest with QB.
Yeah, it was funny. Haitani is a Vampire Savior god. When Haitani and Machabo were playing against each other in top 8, I was watching on my iPad, and I actually typed in the chat. I was like, Guilty Gear versus Vampire Savior.
Wow.
Sako is also a Vampire Savior god. For a while, he had a combo that was named after him because he was literally the only human who could do that, which was the BB Hood Infinite. He was literally the only one who could do it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Marvel Infinite. Johnny A won it with Winter
Oh.
Soldier Venom. Wow.
okay.
That's cool. Second place, Bane Hollow 3789 with Chun-Li and Winter Soldier. Wow, okay, this game is developed in an interesting way.
Winter Soldier's really good.
I guess.
Yeah.
Third was TXC Stealth with Zero Dante and Zero Strider. Then you had fourth NB Dual Kevin with Hawkeye Dante.
Dang, fourth.
Then fifth were BXA Tyson with Gamora Ultron and Emo Roar with Nemesis Dorm. Seventh was Knives with Dorm Sigma and KP with Thanos Venom.
Oh, okay. My cat's names are Jasmine, that's the black cat, and Nathan, which is the white, grayish cat. So there you go.
Is Kinder Party entering as KP nowadays? Does he not want people to know him as Kinder Party? Because it's weird. It's always been a weird name.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely do. KOF 14.
Because now it's going to just get confused with Katana Prime, right?
That done been happening.
Yeah.
Thanks for the sub.
Shout outs to Not Pigeons.
KOF 14. Guess who won it? That's right. With Alice, Blue Mary, and Yori, as well as Blue Mary, Shun-A, and Yori. Second place was
You
Score.
didn't even say his name.
Yeah, you know who it is.
Yeah, Xiaohai, yeah. for
Everybody
free.
knows who it is.
Yeah.
Second place was Score with Najd, Shun-A, Mature, and Najd, Choi, Mature. Then Koji Kog. Then Vegas KOF, Wero Asamiya. Then El Rosa and Violent Kane. And then Dechimo and Zantetsu.
Oh, dang. Not Pigeons was the one with the Suck My Nuts tweets.
Oh,
pic photos.
Johnny A is Joey D? No. Is it? Because that's what's written here on this program.
Oh, interesting.
That would make a lot more sense.
Yeah. So this was an upset. Xiaohai winning this is considered an upset?
For real?
They said
Okay.
he's not considered as dominant as he used to
Is it? That's not the same guy? Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Marvel 3 you're
Marvel
talking
3.
about. Okay.
Okay,
That,
okay,
all right.
okay,
Yeah, that makes sense.
okay.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so in that case, congrats to Xiaohai for taking it over Score.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Skullgirls, second encore. Sonic Fox won it with Philia double Fuqua.
Yeah, Callisto said that this had like one of the most hype Skullgirl moments of all Skullgirls history.
Okay.
Like people just went nuts. It was like some crazy 80% happy birthday that just killed everybody
Sick.
and stuff. So
That game is definitely cool.
Yeah.
Rabble Flaggers got second place with Beowulf, Painwheel, Big Band.
Mm-hmm.
And you had Sev, Liam. I probably should stop saying every single player. CVS 2, Justin Wong won it with Seagrew, Vega, Chun-Li, Sagat. As just keeping it maximally simple, dude. That's the Justin
most
way.
people can't get past his Vega.
I know.
His
I've
ratio
tried.
1 Vega, and it is ridiculous. So second place is Nakanishi.
With Seagroove, Guile, Ken, Sagat.
So Nakanishi, as I said, is a very emotional fella. He had to try to reset the bracket against Justin Wong, and he did reset the bracket on Justin.
Okay.
And then after he reset it, proceeded to stand up and clutch his chest
I saw
and look like he was dying. Like he was just like he looked like he was about to die, and Justin's just sitting there like. And it was funny because we were talking to Cool Gray AJ, and he was like, "I know what you were thinking in that moment. You were thinking, oh, I've got this one." Because then, yeah, Justin just Vega'd him to death, pretty much. Yeah, but Nakanishi was like serious. Like he looked like he was about to die. Like I was watching that clip, and I was getting concerned, even though I know obviously he didn't die and he was okay. But like,
Yeah,
dude,
that's funny.
He looked like he was just like he could barely stand and stuff. It was crazy.
Well, I believe that the last game was, or maybe it was the reset that was just down at the Sagats. Was that at the reset, or was that the?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know.
One of them
I don't
was
know.
close,
Okay,
anyway.
okay.
Then Dr. B got third
Yep.
with S-Groove,
Yeah.
Blanca, Bison, Sagat.
There was obviously a lot of drama there because Dr. B had been talking a lot of smack to Justin and Ricky and everything like that, and then kind of ducking them for a while, and then finally they got to play each other, and Justin 2-0'd Dr. B, and when they went for the handshake, Justin did
He
this.
literally did the middle school swipe of the hair. Wow.
did that.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, to be fair, Dr. B, I think he kind of learned a lot from that little section of time where he was talking smack to Justin and Ricky because everyone said while he was there at Combo Breaker he was really nice.
Oh,
and
that's
he
good.
Wasn't,
That's cool.
He wasn't like
He can definitely be nice. I mean,
dude.
it's-
I've
yeah.
known him for so long. He's always been a super cool guy. So
To me, he's always been nice. Yeah,
that
for sure.
whole segment where he started going off on Ricky and Justin was a surprise to me. That was a shock to me
Yeah.
because I always known him as a really cool guy who was all about CVS2 community. You know.
I mean, that's not what I've heard from other people, but I didn't know him like that, and he was always cool with me personally.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, that was probably a lot of it too. It's just
Yeah.
that he was always nice to me too. So
These ancient names, dude. So Justin Wong, Nakanishi, then Galax, then Dr. B, then Rusteezy, VDO, and Renegade tied 5th, and then Pat the Flip and Jamarvelous tied 7th.
oh, cool. There's that Skullgirls clip. I'm gonna just copy this so I can watch it later. Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. Winner. Nerd Josh.
He got booed.
With Armagon.
He got booed because that character's so good.
That character's pretty wild, there's no doubt, dude.
I actually got to watch the grand finals.
I watched it too.
Yeah, it was right before. What was it? What was I in the room there? It was right before the Street Fighter Top 24, I think it was. So I was just there watching that.
That's right, it was.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
That was I was just playing Third Strike. I was just hanging out.
Oh, you were just
I don't
hanging
think
out.
anything particular was
Yeah,
happening. I was just
okay.
hanging out. That's why I was there. CH6, to be more crazy, got 2nd with Wingnut. Then you have Animivo Hagure with Armagon. Renegade got 4th. Renegade with Michelangelo.
I also want to, before we even finish, I just want to give a shout outs to Vic Viper. She basically played every single old man game and got like top 8 in like almost all of them. Dude, it's kind of crazy.
Well, top 8 in Alpha 2.
Yeah, I saw her playing like everything.
I believe she did enter a lot, but
yeah. Okay.
anyway. It's a really fun game to watch. I really like TMNT.
Yeah, it's
a really fun
even
game.
when I was a kid, when it was on the Super Nintendo, me and my brother were played it, and like there were so many fighting games, that were just trying to bank off of the success of Street Fighter 2. And when we played TMNT Fighters, we were like, wait, why is this good?
It's actually good.
Like,
yeah.
this actually plays really fun.
It was actually really good.
Yeah, it was like clearly the best one of like all those Super Nintendo clones.
Yeah.
It was clearly one of the best ones, so yeah.
Agreed. Alpha 2, Justin Wong won it with Rose, as previously discussed. Was he doing the Sterling strategy?
He did one round, like it was the funniest thing. Like he won one round just by doing the Sterling strategy.
Which is just do crouching strong.
Yeah, like right at the very end. He had to drain this much life of his opponent. He got right into that range and just went strong, and then the guy just got hit.
I mean, how do you not get hit? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, Dacid won mystery, huh? Oh,
Yeah,
dang,
I mean,
okay.
I was getting that. Jeez.
Okay, sorry.
Jeez,
I didn't-
spoilers. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Chex Quest got 2nd with Charlie, then Vic Viper, Sakura 3rd. All right. Marvel 2, Justin Wong took it with Magneto, Storm Psylocke,
interesting.
and Storm Sentinel Cyclops.
Was Chaos in that tournament? Maybe he wasn't.
Maybe not.
Maybe he only, because he's not in that top 8 there.
Mad Blueface got 2nd.
Nice.
Your favorite.
Old school Mad Blueface.
Oh, I don't know the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Wigfall got 3rd. Cool. Caliber 2, Jimmy Pikachu Choi with Xianghua.
Yeah.
Then,
Oh,
Isan
Chaos
with
showed
Bulldog.
up late. Okay.
I see.
Gotcha.
Street Fighter EX2. Wow, what a noob. Justin Wong got 2nd place with Ryu to Apollo with Area.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Mystery Game Tournament. Oh, Vic
Yeah,
Viper
by
was
the
there,
way, in Street Fighter EX2, Justin did not know how to do any EX combos either, so he just did low forward, fireball, super. That's all he did.
It's just demoralizing, honestly. I've played him.
No Excel combos, yeah, that's what it is.
I've
yeah.
played him in games that he doesn't know anything about, and that I knew a little bit about, and I got dunked in similar ways. He just sees a button and he's like, okay, that's where that hits. Got it. I'm just going to always do it when you're there and never when you're not, so you can't whiff punish me, and I'll always whiff punish you. And every time I see that, I know the strategy. I've seen it for 20 years. Whenever I see that, I'm like, okay, all I got to do is just get that range, and then he's going to press the button, and then I have to walk out of it, and then I'll whiff punish him. Always. And never. Never. It's frustrating, believe me.
I feel like, I think it was at Texas Showdown, he won Vampire Savior or something stupid like
why
that.
not?
Yeah.
Why
I don't
not?
know.
Anyway, and then Dastard Burrow won Mystery Game Tournament. He also, I heard, won Mystery Game 2v2.
There was a 2v2 mystery game tournament. Okay.
So,
And then
Up to Snuff got second place.
Okay.
Then you have Retro Station 3rd, Moo Master 4th, Mr. Goo and the Rev 66 were 5th, and 7th places were
They don't
Climax and Fear Pig.
They don't actually have any of the auction tournaments there.
I guess not.
Yeah, the auction tournaments like what was it? Apology Man losing with the $90 team that
I didn't
he paid
watch
for
any of
because
this
he
year.
thought Piccolo was going to be on there and he was the most expensive one. He ended up losing. Sonic Fox paid $210 for Sub-Zero at the very end of the MK11 one because I think he was waiting for another character that never showed up, and it was the last one, so he just bought his way in there because he knew he was going to win all that money back.
Which he did.
Although in Dragon Ball, he got second place to Super Dune with the craziest comeback at the end with no timer left. He tried to run away, and he did the Kid Buu air grab into level 3, and it killed him, and so Super Dune actually won that auction tournament.
Sick.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
Well, those are all the events that I saw.
Sam Show auction was there too, yes, I remember that, so... I forgot who won. That one.
Oh yeah, Dragon paid $205 and went 0-1 with Scarlet, and Tyler Lansdowne finished higher than Dragon did in the auction tournament.
That's awesome.
He would not let Dragon hear the end of it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of side tournaments there as well. So there's a lot of other stuff going on there. Guilty Gear Plus R, Twinkle Star Sprites, DOA, VF. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff over there.
What do you think about
there was a Tekken auction and a BB Tag auction as well. So there you go. Okay.
What do you think about Mortal Kombat being 2 out of 3 until the top 8?
Great to me so far. I didn't feel like it was wrong at all. And in fact, there was definitely a few timeouts, and I feel like the game is getting a little slower because the breakaways, I think, are getting a little more
Did anybody call that? Did anybody think that the game would develop more in the defensive direction than in the offensive direction?
I don't know. I have
Do you think
no
anybody
idea.
ever said that over the last entire month?
I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
If they did, they'd be a genius and seemingly accurate so far.
Maybe. I mean, there's 1 or 2 ways to go, right? It's a 50-50. Right?
It is a 50-50. That's right. I'm still cool with it being 2 out of 3. I'm not competing, I guess, so I have that luxury. But that seems fine to me. Most of the results that happened in pools were not weird.
Yeah.
There weren't that many weird things. The only couple of upsets I can think of offhand, one was Punk beating MIT, but I don't know.
But it's Punk.
It's Punk, right?
Yeah.
Like there were a couple of things like that where maybe it's a upset, but not by much. So I think that's fine. Now, what did happen was that in top 8, a couple of times, people went down 0-2 and won 3-2. So, theoretically, maybe if Sonic Fox and Tweety had been 3 out of 5 the first time they played in winner's side, Sonic Fox would have gone down 0-2 and then figured it out and then won 3-2.
I mean,
maybe.
He made the comeback on Samij.
Yeah.
He went down 0-2 and then won 3-2.
He did. Maybe he could have done that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who did Gross lose to?
That's not a common thing.
Some people are saying Gross kind of lost.
I don't remember who Gross lost to offhand.
Okay. Yeah, it was really just the character switches, really. Yeah, and then also there was, of course, the 10v10 Florida versus Texas.
Oh, RZA beat Gross. Is that an upset? Come on.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
RZA's been a strong Mortal player forever. I don't think that's a big upset.
But
he's French, by the way.
I thought the 10v10 was amazing.
Florida versus Texas 10v10 in Mortal 11.
It was so
sick.
It was so hype, and it brought back a lot. I mean, I think it did wonders for MK11 as the game.
I think that's like a historical set now.
Yeah,
I've heard people talking about it as being like one of the best moments in NRS history. I think it's probably up there.
Yeah,
because it was a scene organized thing. This has been beef.
Shout outs to Deoxys
floating for 3 years. God. And they finally settled it. They finally organized it. Very happy that Combo Breaker had room for it. That Art had it on his stream. That Slash was doing the streaming.
I was just glad that here's kind of because you were there live. I was watching it on the stream in my room, which is why when you came back, I was still awake because I was literally just watching it the whole entire time. I love the fact that it was kind of one of those like anti-esports kind of things.
Yeah.
That, like when they were on commentary, they're like, "Fuck this," and whatever. Yeah. I love that. KP maybe was a little buzzed. I'm not sure if he was just kind of going in on it. It was pretty entertaining. But like the best part about it was though is like they would have one Texas commentator, one Florida commentator, and they're like, "Oh man, that was cute," blah blah blah. "Oh, fuck Florida," blah blah blah. And then every once in a while they would break and be like, "No, but on the real, this is mad hype. Oh, no, that was actually really sick from the other guy." Yeah. Like, you could tell that there was the rivalry there, but it was still all love.
They're all
friends,
what I mean? Course,
yeah,
right?
So there was still that factor to it. And for me, that reminded me a lot of the NorCal, SoCal rivalries, that we really, really want to beat each other super badly. But regardless, we're gonna be friends about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And even like some of the Florida players were getting kind of hyped when Deoxys started making that run towards the end. You know, Deoxys is on Houston, right?
Texas, yeah.
Texas, yeah. So he was the one that brought it to 9-9,
Right.
and he even brought it to the last game too, when it looked
Yeah.
like Florida was gonna wash them.
Yeah.
So shout outs to Deoxys, but it was really, really fun. And yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lot of screaming, and a lot of people I know in the chat were kind of upset about it, but for me, I'm kind of used to it because I've seen that kind of stuff.
I think it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah. That's not something you would want to see all the time, but for that kind of event,
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
fun to be in the crowd and just be cheering and razzing everybody. And I, of course, put some cash on it. I'm going to be honest, guys, I thought Florida was going to demolish Texas. I thought maybe, I figured Texas had 3 players, basically. I figured Deoxys and Ominous and Scar would do work.
Yeah.
And I thought, other than that the Florida guys would basically
Right.
run away. And that actually kind of is what happened. Because, Ominous plus Deoxys was 7 or 8 of those
Yeah,
wins.
the Scar was only one.
It wasn't really his
yeah,
work. It was more the other 2.
But you know what? It always happens, right? In the exhibition, Florida won, but in the tournament, Scar won.
Yeah.
It always works out that way, dude. It always
Yeah.
works out that way. So
I thought that was cool. I put money on it. And after it against Javi, from the guy who runs Texas Showdown. Here's basically what happened: is a few people. I was like, I like Florida in the crowd, and a few people came up to me, and Javi came up to me, and I was like, here's a sucker, right?
Oh yeah.
You cannot not bet this right now. You must.
And he runs
like,
Texas Showdown.
Yeah. So anyway, we put 5 on it, and then afterward, I went in the back, and I after the event was over, and I told the Florida guys, I was like, hey everybody, thanks for making me win the big money. I appreciate it. I put 5 on it, and they were all like, oh, thanks, David. That's awesome. Nice to see you. And then I left. And then as I was going up the escalator back to the room,
Woo!
I saw Samij, who is a player on the Florida team. And he was like, hey, David, I heard you put $500 on it. I was like, what? Oh, my God.
And did you go? Yes. Yeah.
I probably should have,
Yeah.
but no. I put $5 on it.
Oh, man, that's funny.
It was
and
a
then,
blast.
Yeah, and then there was the clip of you going, I only have $1.
Here's what happened. So each time a new couple of players came in for the first time, we tossed to Josh, who gave the intro. And I thought my mic was closed off during that time. I think it was for the most part. So during that time, I'd be bantering with the crowd, whatever, talking with them about the game or strategy or just being a dick or whatever. And when Tweety and Samij came up to play, I liked Tweety, and I heard my other friends who were sitting next to me saying that they would bet on Samij.
Yeah.
Because they're Florida players. They're Florida players who I was betting with. But I only had $1 physical dollar in my wallet, and I don't want to bet Venmo money or whatever. So I had $1.
And your mic was on.
My mic turned out to be on. I did not know, but that was funny. It was just I love being in that crowd in Combo Breaker commentary for the main stage is in the crowd.
Things,
You're at the front of the crowd, but you're right there, and just to your side behind you, everybody's just hanging around. I really like being in the mix like that. I think that's super fun. It's fun for this kind of thing. Typically, we'd be in the back. I wouldn't be able to bet any money on it, But not just for that. It's also nice to sort of hear whether the crowd is excited, what makes them laugh or cheer or whatever. It's an instant feedback. You know what I mean?
All of us were in the back when we were watching MK11. We kept looking at the monitor of YouTube because you were in maximum relaxation mode half the time.
That may be true.
You were like...
I was definitely feet up, dude. Yeah. I was definitely doing
we were
this.
all we're surprised you didn't have the Al Bundy hand in the pants, We
that would have been a great idea. Yeah, you know what? While I was doing
you
that...
were just
While I was doing that, in my mind, I was like, Tasty Steve was picking this chair up 20 minutes ago. We're the opposite. He has boundless energy, and I was just oh my God, what a crazy move! I was completely relaxed.
We were joking that at some point in time we were going to see you ironing a shirt or giving your feet massages, and stuff like that.
I think I did do that.
Did you? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I definitely was giving myself a self massage, in the neck, for sure.
Funny.
For
That's
sure.
funny.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Someone put up I only have $1.
Yep, there's the clip of me saying I have
That's
$1.
awesome. That's awesome.
That was true. Anyway, great event.
Yeah, we talked about that for an hour and a half.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right? Yeah, it was an hour and a half.
I think it actually was. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, let's quit it then.
Yeah.
But shout outs to everybody involved in Combo Breaker. Rick obviously gets a lot of credit, but that's not the only person.
Dude,
There's a whole gigantic staff. And it's not even just like the main staff. Like all the volunteers are all like among the best volunteers. It's like the
Right.
entire top to bottom organization is awesome.
It's similar to Texas Showdown, how Javi has that crew that helps them out every single year. And, again, it's just one of those things. When you're a good tournament, you also find the right people to help that you can trust that will do the good job. And Rick's crew there, I mean, it's just an amazing, amazing crew that he has that helps him out like almost every year. And, he also gave out, a bunch of staff awards and stuff like that. He gave one out to Reina. He gave one out to his wife, obviously. Gave one out to Ace King Offsuit, who wasn't there. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. Shout-outs to Ace King Offsuit. Definitely deserves that. Definitely deserves that. So, there you go.
All right. Shout-outs to the fart milk table. Always one of my favorite nights of the year. GG's, y'all. What? What's so funny?
I don't... I can't handle that table.
It's great. It's great. You want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break. And
When we come back, we'll be talking about Hitbox banned.
Yep.
Dead. Hitbox died the other day. We'll be talking about Hecklers at majors and how we're all going esports and going to play in player booths. Later.
Be right back. Offer food to the commentators. That's because they might be down to their last dollar.
Oh,
That's
man,
genius.
I would appreciate
That's
it.
genius. Yep, just got to make sure I add the photo credit there. I like how you're sitting in the middle, right there, chilling.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't even
chill,
commentating
David.
yet. I was just like, hey, I'm not going to be in this picture otherwise. So.
And there's a
here I
picture
am.
of me in there too, but my eyes are closed. I'm like, I look really funny in that picture, actually. Although I will say, all the pictures I keep seeing myself. Remember, I was telling you like it's hard for me to tell that I've lost some weight and stuff like that to myself. But every time I look at the pictures, it's getting noticeable now because, yeah, I went back and looked at some of the old pictures from like a year ago, and I was like, holy crap. Like,
Man, I saw your tweets about that, and
Yeah.
that was so heartwarming. I'm really happy for you.
oh yeah, oh okay,
So
okay,
cool.
cool.
It's just very happy for you.
Dude, a lot of people kept coming up to me and they would hug me and they would be like, "Wait, have you lost weight?"
Yeah, that's so cool,
Even
man.
Jeremy and Cool Gray AJ said like we were all standing around by the popcorn booth talking.
Yeah.
And they were just looking at me from the back and they were like, "Wow, his back profile looks so much better than it used to."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they said like I actually look really like more slim now
That's
instead
awesome,
of just
man.
So I'm really happy
Congrats
about
to
that.
you.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back. David's got his Trader Joe's. Is that what it is? Yeah. Man, my cats are freaking clinging to me like glue because this has been the longer trips that we've had away from home. Ever since I've come home, like my cats have just been lying on top of me and rubbing on, like bumping their heads on me. When I slept last night, they were both sleeping on me and everything like that. And Jasmine usually sleeps upstairs, but she was definitely down there last night, just like hanging on
Good baby.
and stuff. Yeah, they were good kitties. Hang on a second. Not yet, kitties. Not yet. Not yet. No, no, not yet. I'm getting food for myself here. Not yet. No, kitty.
They think it's food.
I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I didn't mean to fake you out, Jasmine. Oh, God. So precious. She's attacking me.
Wow, I'm going through Capcom Fighters' Twitter feed to find this tweet that they put out about the Hitbox thing, and they tweeted probably 500 times on the 26th. Holy
Dude,
crap.
shout outs to whoever's running their Twitter now. I feel like they're doing a really, really good job.
It's much better, yeah.
Yeah, I actually do know who's running it.
Me
so,
too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a secret.
There's two people who run it, actually.
I know one of them.
Yeah. Because
The
one
other
of them
one
was
sucks.
at the event, so they couldn't tweet it at that time. So
Oh, that's what you think. God, geez. It's so much.
Generation. My diet and exercise plan is there has been no exercise. it's been almost purely a diet change. A lot of intermittent fasting and a lot of dropping soda. That's like one of the main things. Yeah, the soda was one of the big things that I kind of dropped. So I still drink it because I'm really bad at going cold turkey, because when I go cold turkey, I fall back into it really easily. Worse than I did before. So now I just make sure I drink little bits of soda here, but I give myself that ability so I don't get any cravings or anything like that. So.
All right, let's do it.
All right, ready?
No, I'm still chewing. Jeez. Sorry, I was the one rushing you to get started,
Yeah, I know,
and then I
know.
took another bite.
But you have food on your mouth, so I'm just like, yeah, there you go.
All right, I'm ready.
Cut sugar in general is definitely true.
Ready?
Yep.
Jeez, come on. All right, welcome back to the program. Let's move on now to talk about the first 5-5 matchup topic. Dun, dun, dun. The hitbox issue.
Yep, they,
Dun, dun, dun.
so obviously the hitbox issue is getting a lot of discussion right now, all of a sudden because Daigo's talking about it.
First of all, I shake my head at everybody.
Yeah, I know, right?
The hitbox has been around for most of a decade. We basically had the same discussion like 8 years ago. And at the time, we were all... I remember us definitely covering this on the show.
Yeah,
for sure. Many years ago. And now, because Daigo's doing it, we're talking about it again. So, I shake my head at
the
everybody.
craziest thing is that the first prototypes of the hitbox actually didn't even have the SOCD cleaning in it. So you could hold left and right and block both ways in Marvel.
Oh,
You know? And in case people don't know, SOCD cleaning, I don't know what it stands for.
Me neither.
But it just has it's the way that the controller hardware reacts to you pressing left and right at the same time or up and down at the same time. But, so the hitbox, well, let's talk about the issue here.
Yeah. Huh?
So, basically, Daigo is using what people are calling the Gaffro box, because Gaffro, a player in Japan, has kind of created his own hitbox.
Right.
And Daigo has started using it, been streaming it, and he's just like, oh my god, this is so good. Like, he started plinking dash, so he was just dash throwing people and cackling on his stream about how good and fast it is and everything like that. So he was going to enter Combo Breaker that way. Then Capcom, at one point, right before the tournament started at Combo Breaker, released this very clear, concise, understandable response to the Gaffro box. Go ahead and read it.
To all Combo Breaker CPT attendees, next paragraph. We have received inquiries about controllers from participating players. However, with the current Capcom, in all caps, Pro Tour CPT rules, the question around the controller's use cannot be answered clearly. While Capcom respects the diversity of the controller, we feel that the use of the controller gives the competition an advantage that does not follow the spirit of the CPT. We, in close consultation with Combo Breaker tournament organizer, TO, concluded that we cannot accept the use of a controller that does not conform to the CPT spirit at this event. Also, regardless of the Combo Breaker situation, the rules of the local tournament will be respected for all controllers used in the tournament, as long as the CPT rules cannot address clearly. Therefore, we ask for the understanding and cooperation of all the participating competitors to follow the rules and decisions established by the TO. We will continue to consider controller usage rules and potentially revising CPT rules. However, please understand more information and time is needed in order to make an appropriate decision regarding the use of the controllers in question. What do you think I just said?
I want to respond like a oh shoot, why can't I remember his name anymore? Shoot. After Chris Hu's explanation of the uncombo. No, man.
Aqua Silk.
Aqua Silk, yeah, there you go.
Hell no.
Yeah, hell no. The DHT glitch, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
God, that's exactly the same situation. I wonder, so this is in English, tweeted by the Capcom Fighters Twitter account. This is the English version. There's also a Japanese version, and I wonder if anybody happens to know if the Japanese version is as unbelievably wishy-washy or not.
Mm-hmm,
I just wonder if it's a translation issue or if it's, I don't know. They didn't know what to say, so they said nothing. I mean, I don't really know.
Yeah, actually, NuckleDoo actually said, it's the same according to Hi Fight.
Got it.
NuckleDoo has said that he doesn't do that with the left and right at the same time. He just uses his right hand sometimes to like double tap certain things or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I've seen him cross over sometimes. I've seen him cross over with the pad with his right hand onto the left. So I don't really know what it's for, but whatever.
Yeah. But
so anyway, Rick then tweeted more clarity. Hitbox and button controllers are illegal. Well, at Hitbox, that is to say the official Hitbox, and button controllers are illegal at CB 2019. The specific controller Daigo has made notable this week was barred from use in the CPT bracket. I'm syncing CPT reps up with Hitbox so they can best understand and review the device for potential future tournament use.
Yeah.
So that's actually what
here's the explanation of it, right? So the Hitbox has a different method of SOCD cleaning. Like sometimes games have it built into it, right?
Yeah.
So Street Fighter V has SOCD cleaning built into it, just done in a really poor way.
Okay.
If you hold left and right, you always go forward. Right? So Desk has even shown like some goofy mix-ups where some guy's jumping, you can walk under him and go brrr, back and forth because you're always going forward.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's like a true 50-50 mix-up. You're like, I have no idea what's even happening, right? Different games have handled it different ways. The way that the Hitbox handle is if you hold both left and right, it counts as neutral.
The official Hitbox.
The official Hitbox. Yeah. It counts as neutral. And that's actually probably the fairest way to do that.
Makes sense.
Right? So the reason why the Gaffro box is a little bit different is because it just picks whatever is the most recent one. So if you're holding left and hit right, it does right. Mm-hmm. If you're holding right and hit left, it does left. Mm-hmm. So what can happen a lot of the times is if I'm holding left like this to do the sonic boom, I would tap right and the button at the same time. So I would do this while still holding left the whole entire time.
Right.
And so that way you can throw sonic boom literally as fast as possible and start charging clearly quicker than you could on anything else.
Yeah.
That doesn't work on Hitbox because you actually have to let go and do this, right? So it kind of... So there's a little bit of advantage to the Gaffro box. Not only that, but Daigo also added like 4 up buttons to it. So he had a bunch of up buttons on the joystick so that he could actually... I forgot what it was. It was like he had some ways to like flash kick but then also like avoid certain things at the same time or something. And so it's not as clean of a method as working the inputs, and I think that's why it was banned.
So I believe that the Gaffro box just uses a Brook PCB.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he like built his own PCB or anything.
Okay.
And I use a Brook PCB in my split box. I don't know how mine handles it. I still haven't actually tested.
Oh,
so I don't.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. I don't really care to be honest.
Well, Brooks, they say has left right equals neutral, so that's what somebody in the chat says.
Okay.
So. But they say it's...
Does he not use the Brooks then? That was my understanding.
I don't know, but someone's saying that it is
it's a Brook PS4 audio. Yeah, okay. Oh. So I have a Brook UFB, the Ultimate Fighting Board or Fighter Board. So that's the one that covers basically all modern consoles. And there's also one you can buy that's a little cheaper that's just for PS4. But you can also stick in your little audio head jack into that PCB.
Right,
so that might be a little different. I don't know.
It's different for that board for some reason. Ask Brooke why it's not the same. Weird. Okay.
Didn't know. Okay. Well, there you go.
One. So there you go.
That's all. So.
Oh, it has an SOCD cleaner, but you can choose not to connect it. Interesting. That's weird. So yeah, simultaneous opposite cardinal direction.
Oh, that's what SOCD stands for. Okay.
Thank you, Alex XNZ. Probably Alex New Zealand or something like that. So, but yeah. So it was banned. What do you think? Do you think it should have been banned?
I mean, if it has multiple ups, then yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that should be a rule now that you can't have more than one? Because it's never been banned before. That has never been explicitly banned. When Full Schedule had his crazy joystick, it was because one button did up back and up forward.
Right.
But it was ruled okay if you had extra buttons, because Tokido had an up button under his joystick at one point so he could do Akuma Ultra 2 a little bit easier. Remember, he stopped because he kept hitting it by accident, and he was like, this is not working. Yep. But that was not illegal. So multiple up buttons, do you think should be illegal?
I guess I don't super care about it, but I feel like we need to make a rule about that at some point in the fighting game scene. And it seems to me like an easy one is just one button / whatever your mechanism is, 2 per direction per button, whatever's going on.
Yeah, Select Blink wasn't even that. They just rewired their controller a lot of the time. They just unplugged the connects from the button and just swapped them basically, and just made it so that back or select was on one of the 6 buttons you didn't use, so they could do back blinking for the light buttons.
No, I mean, I obviously if pads have it, that's fine. Pads do have it. The rule should be not something that gets rid of like one of the major input schemes, of course. So yeah, pads should just be able to rock. Yeah, that's fine. I kind of don't feel that there needs to be a hard bright line in a situation like this. I think we can all like be reasonable about it. But you know, to the extent that one needs to be made, then I think that in making a hitbox, you keep it to 1 per thing. But like I said, it's not something that super matters to me, to be honest. In everything else, maybe not everything, but in a lot of other things, people have slowly developed better tools to do whatever it is, whatever the competition is. Most people don't use heavy wooden hockey sticks anymore. Right. Now we use like composites and stuff.
Thank you for Big Tummy Dummy.
Do better stuff.
For the sub.
You know? So, it's fine. I mean, but even in that case, there's a rule. Maybe at some point we'll need to make rules, but I feel like we don't need to yet.
I still keep saying this, and I know I've beaten this horse to death because I talk to everybody about this, but God, if I don't even want to like turn this into a hitbox. Like if I had a joystick and I added a left and right extra button on the right side, on Tekken, like everything becomes super easy. Like I can do 5 electrics in one combo because the whole point is to hit down forward at the same time as you hit the button, right? So you just hit forward, hold down, and then just do that. You just hit button and left and right, and you electric automatically, right? You can.
Did you have a little cookie on top of the...
Oh, I did. Yeah. I had a piece of cookie and it fell down. Oh, damn. Okay. But then plinking instant while runnings is easier. Forward, plink. Wow, we got a bunch of subscriptions here. From Kebby Feet or Kebby Foot. Thank you. Redline 205 and Richard Kuklinski. But yeah, you can do forward, plink like this, and you can get the instant while runnings very easy. And like I said, I tested this with the PS4 stuff, which just is... like that.
Yeah.
And I can get instant while runnings like 90% of the time and stuff like that. So I'm wondering what's going to happen. I feel like Tekken players, if it's not illegal, they've got it. There's a lot of money on the line, and there's no reason not to do that, especially if you're a Jin or a Kazuya player or something like that. Or if you're a freaking Dragunov, because now I can do stupid instant while running punch, which is super good, like constantly, right? Like you just never miss it.
Yeah.
I can do instant shining wizard that way a lot easier, which would be great because I can also map a button to being, the 2+4, and so now I can plink that too. So I'll be able to do instant while runnings all day, shining wizard. So I just feel like it's such an advantage, and I'm wondering when it's just going to get to the point where it is going to like. We're at this point where we're like, yeah, just let things rock, but it's gonna come to a head at some point in time. You know
I guess I would I guess I'm not sure that it will. It might, but I'm not sure because we are there and have been there for many years. We have for the last half dozen years, maybe, been in a situation where you can win $100,000 or $200,000 or whatever, and people still play stick.
Dude, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand. But that's just the thing is that people were stupid about it for very long, and as it wises up, I think it is going to come.
Maybe that'll change. I'm just saying that I don't see any real evidence of that, to be honest. There's a very slight movement to go to Hitbox. I'm one of them, obviously, but I don't feel like it's a significant movement yet. Maybe sometime, but people have been able to play Hitbox, which is definitely the best, for 8-9 years, and most of them have not. So I don't know. I guess I don't expect that to change drastically anytime soon. I hope so. You guys should play it.
I'll tell you this. The way that I would probably design a controller is I would have the hitbox buttons there, just like this, and a joystick up there.
Yeah.
I would do both.
Yeah, that's something I've thought about doing,
I would do both, because then I could play, and if I was a Zangief player, I would walk up and then just be like, SPD.
Yeah, I thought about doing that too when I was having trouble with 360s when I was first learning Hitbox. And I just got better at 360s.
Oh, okay. What about 720s, though?
720s is something I'd still find hard, and I think that So for me, the only way that stick is better than Hitbox is because you can't do a Hajiki screw on Hitbox.
Yeah, that's true.
it.
That's true.
But everything else, I think it's better.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that people, as sort of a larger issue, you don't need to play stick, and you shouldn't play stick. If you're somebody who has not been playing stick, stick's not going to be necessary.
Fudo just bought a Hitbox with a stick, according to High Fight.
Wow.
So he's doing it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Well, we'll see how that works, I guess.
And Onslaught asks, can someone explain why multiple buttons on a box of the same direction is an issue? Like I said, it's not right now. Nobody's talking about it, but it does. So the reason why is because Tekken is designed with things in the game knowing that it's hard to time a joystick with the button accurately. Instant while running has to be a plink right and a button or left and a button, right? That's how you do instant. You can't hit them on the same frame. Can't hit them like too far apart. You basically have to plink them, right? And timing the joystick and the button to do that is weird because the joystick, you don't know how far you move the joystick to get that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Same thing with Electric Wind Godfist. You're supposed to hit down forward on the same frame you hit the button. So basically when you're at down and as soon as you click the thing, you have to hit the button. Some people have gotten good at it, but if left and a button are both buttons, you will get that every single time, right? And so, you know, it's just people haven't talked about it. That game in particular is designed with the idea that it's hard to do stuff with the joystick and button coordinatedly. And by making it buttons, it just removes that basically. Except even trying to do it with two hands. Like I tried plinking with this hand into this hand, like 1, 2, 3, like that. And that was even hard for me to get the instant while running. But if I just put it on one hand, it was like every time.
That makes total sense.
It was every time. So
that makes total sense.
Yeah, so the game's... Yeah, exactly. The Vulgar Ape says it right. The game was designed with a certain input device in mind.
That's true, but then what I really like is Droko saying that the games have to adapt.
Yes, I agree with that.
This is a bad input method compared to Hitbox, and I think compared to Pad, personally, at this point. It's bad ergonomically. We've been doing this for way too long. This is way too close. You should not be at this angle. It's not good for you. Your wrist is doing things that are not good for your wrist when you're doing this.
You know, Arik,
this is not something that should be promoted, to be honest.
Arik in the chat actually showed me a stick that he created with the joystick and the buttons.
Yeah, I know. He's working on that.
Apart.
I think that's way better.
I was playing it and it was weird.
For sure. I mean, I knew a guy probably 10, 15 years ago who had a stick where it was very far apart. I remember that, and I remember thinking, that's bizarre. How do you get any leverage and stuff? But it's just, that's better.
Yeah.
But this is bad. This is bad for your hands. It's not as good a control scheme. So we should just move on. And if the games are only created for this, then that's a failure.
Yeah.
Moving forward, old games you can't change, right? But moving forward, they need to be designed in such a way that we don't need to use this in order for there not to be a wild competitive advantage in one way or another.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who hasn't picked up stick, you shouldn't.
Yeah, no, Hi-Fi has
pick up
actually
either Pad or Hitbox.
been talking. That's a great point from Hi-Fi. A lot of games these days are designed without 6 buttons because they want to just use the face buttons on a pad.
Right.
They're designed with the pad in mind, so that's why a lot of fighting games have switched to being just 4-button games. So a lot of games are designed that way. The problem is a lot of those games, like Persona, like every single button combination is something, and so that's really awkward. So the pad, I think the joystick or a pad input-wise is neither here nor there. I don't think one has an advantage over the other. I think they're both equal. It just depends on what you're used to. But I definitely think joystick side, the buttons are better because it's much easier to do weird combinations and plink and stuff like that.
That's certainly what I feel, but I didn't grow up playing Pad, and everybody who did is totally fine with it.
Yeah.
But what my issue is not that stick is better than Pad in some sort of directional way. I think the Hitbox is just the best for that. But then if you're gonna have have either stick or Pad is less bad for you ergonomically.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
okay.
That's why like don't burden your wrists and your hands with this.
I mean, it depends on the pad, right? Because I mean, obviously, if we're talking GameCube.
Okay, fine. Don't play a GameCube pad.
If we're talking GameCube, you're dead, right?
Don't do that either. Yeah.
The pad also has an advantage, is that it's quieter too.
Yeah, people say that.
And I've definitely noticed that before. You know, it's interesting. Glenn, GYT, the Game 2K, actually put out a little stat on how well people's records are when they're sitting side by side on one monitor or on head-to-head on two separate monitors. And one of the people that had a better record, one of the only people that had a better record on side by side was Justin Wong. And I was like, that guy grew up in the arcade. That's why he can feel the energy from the opponent, and that actually changes a lot. You know, he's had practice for that.
For
Most people these days don't have practice for that.
That's common.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah. My contention is not that you need to. So I'm sure there are people for whom a pad is too small or whatever. There's some other issue. This angle's bad for you. Everybody's body's a little different. Maybe for some people this is a bad spot for you.
Right.
Play Hitbox. Don't play this. This is bad for you.
It's funny because I've never learned how to touch type, and I wonder if that is what made it so that joysticks have never hurt because my hands are very floaty on everything. So on the joystick, it's very relaxed and natural and stuff like that. Even on a keyboard, I never get carpal tunnel because I don't have my hands frozen in this position.
Maybe.
So I've never had that problem with a joystick. Weirdly enough, like my hands get way more sore on a pad than they do on a joystick. It's interesting.
You should play Hitbox.
Hitbox for sure, 100%. If I wanted to take the time to sit down and learn Hitbox, 100% I would do it. I don't compete. I'm old.
I hear you.
At this point, and there's no reason for me to learn it.
That was why I didn't learn Hitbox for several years until I was like trying to figure out ways to play again.
Yeah.
But that was my exact rationale. I've been saying since 2011, if I were competing, I would play Hitbox.
Right.
It's just obviously better.
Yeah, and you can't jump with your thumbstick, man, but you can practice it. You'll get used to it eventually. Everybody can get used to everything.
Up on Hitbox?
Yeah.
It felt weird to me at first.
Yeah.
You get over it.
I mean, like, I always said that one of my friends, when he plays any of the ASDW games on there, he actually plays with WSED. Yeah, he has like left and right, up and down, because it's easier to hit like diagonals or something like that because they're all just like right there instead of like doing some weird kind of thing with just two feet. Like, he got used to it, but that's just the way he plays, right? Everybody can get used to whatever thing you want. You can learn to play on a Guitar Hero controller.
Yeah.
You can learn to play on a steering wheel controller. You can learn to play on whatever the hell you want. That's just the human mind. They could do it, right? Even if you wear glasses that turn your vision completely upside down, eventually you'll just get used to it, and it's right side up. Your brain is like, wait, no, this is how it is.
Right.
And you'll be able to live your daily life, and as soon as you take your glasses off, everything's upside down. Right. So
yeah, that's right.
You can get used to Broly legs, dude. Look at Broly legs. He's doing run stop.
He's
fierce
inspiration,
run,
as I've often said.
Yeah.
I no longer play WASD. I now play ESDF. But what I do instead is that's not really true. I play SDF spacebar. Spacebar SDF. Because now up to me is on spacebar. Whatever, it's just something you get used to. But I just want people to think about the fact that Hitbox is definitely better for inputs, and to the extent that Hitbox, whatever, I don't know why it wouldn't work for you. Right. That pad is less bad for you than stick.
Right. It's not even necessary that you can hear your sticks at tournaments and stuff like that too. It's also just because I've definitely won things because I've felt people move their hand. They're
I've won things because I've watched people's hands.
Oh yeah. I did that in Marvel all the time when people were gonna do when they were gonna do the stupid TAC thing. I would just look down at them,
of course.
And I was just like, okay, counter you, all right.
Of course.
Yeah, and but that's why. Like, one of my friends noticed that every time I was gonna wake up and not do an uppercut, I would do this. I would always do this. Like,
that was
but when I wanted to uppercut, I would be like. And so, like, I was so, like, I so exaggeratedly did him the opposite way that it was a backwards tell.
Yeah.
So it's actually
I used to start every round as Honda by going,
oh, yeah, of course.
And then stop if I don't want to do hands. Right?
Yep. That's just the way it is. So a lot of people don't know about those kind of things. So when you play against a lot of people who are born on and raised on online, you can take advantage of them a lot if you're an old arcade head. I mean, that's why Vi used to kill everybody with the cross-up Tatsu fake in 4. He would jump and do quarter circle back fierce. Everybody would see the quarter circle back, and they would, like, immediately switch sides. But he hit fierce instead of roundhouse, so the Tatsu didn't go to the other side, so everyone would just walk into his jumping fierce.
What's funny is I wonder if that would have worked versus people who just didn't have experience, even knowing that was an issue.
It did.
Did it? Even if you didn't know that was an issue.
It was worse for them because they had no experience with it, but they just see it out of the corner of their eye, and something about it just like triggers. He must be Tatsu. Like, it worked better on them because they just didn't have that training.
Dang, that's wild. Anyway, pick up Hitbox, please.
Yeah.
Or make your own, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The buttons are better.
Hitbox is definitely the best.
I mean, personally, I think that the official Hitbox layout is also not that great, to be honest. I mean, I think it's better than this, but I think that it kind of forces you into a sort of weird situation.
Oh, yeah. Because they put the up button for both of them.
No, that's fine. Just that the directionals and the rest of the buttons are just too close.
Right, yeah. But that's what I'm saying, because they want you to be able to make it so you can hit the up
Right, but you
with
could just
both
have
buttons.
two up buttons if they're separated.
Right,
Right,
exactly. So, yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Like I said, I don't think that we need to have a hard and fast rule about this stuff. I think we're reasonable people for now.
I think that we're reasonable for now, but it's going to happen. As soon as somebody wins a Tekken tournament with Dragunov because they're just doing instant wall runnings all day, or someone's just doing electric, and they weren't doing that like maybe 2 months ago, like something is going to happen.
I hope what happens is that Tekken 8 changes how it does its inputs. Yeah. I hope that's what happens.
I mean, they just need to change the way like electrics are done or something like that. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't expect that either, because its Hitbox has been out for many years and that isn't actually happening. But it should.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, when I talk to a lot of the Tekken players, a lot of times the answer I get why people don't do it is kind of, it's kind of like an honor thing or a community.
Right,
but
I get it.
Someone is not going to have that honor.
I hope they do.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for that.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, that's going to happen. And that's why I think then it will become an issue
eventually.
at some point in time. It's not now. It's clearly not an issue now, because we've been doing it for 8 years and nobody has taken advantage of it. But that's why I keep bringing up the Tekken example, because I'm flabbergasted that nobody has done it. I mean, obviously guys like Kudans or whoever like that, they're so good at electrics already because they've been doing it for 10 years that they don't need an advantage like that. But someone up and coming, like, why not learn that?
I don't know why not.
Learn that?
Yeah.
So.
In the NRS scene, Hitboxes came out basically with MK9.
Yeah.
And by the end of MK9, you had to play on Hitbox if you wanted to play Cabal.
Yeah, because Rio was the one who was doing the instant air fireballs.
Yeah. Like, the strongest thing in the game was probably Hitbox Cabal.
Yeah, because instant air fireball was lower than regular fireball and had less recovery, right?
Yeah. So you could just have balls on the screen. Boop, boop,
yeah,
boop,
yeah,
boop, boop, boop. It was crazy. Crazy. But that happened, like, immediately, and it didn't happen in the rest of the scenes, and I've never really known
See,
why.
that's the thing, is I feel like it's stubbornness right now.
Could be.
And I feel like once people start losing that stubbornness, and it's going to take someone like Daigo to do that, and then all of a sudden the questions are coming up now. So, I don't think there's anything to do right now. But like I said, a couple of years when someone wins something big with a hitbox, doing something with multiple buttons, I think
maybe we'll need to change it. What I really want
I don't know if I want to change it. I just hope that makes everybody play that way.
Okay, for sure.
It'll definitely bring up the conversation. Sure. I'm not saying that I want to ban it or anything.
Fair enough,
I'm saying, like, once someone does it, then maybe everybody will be like, why haven't we been doing this? And then everybody does it.
That sounds right, yeah. I also hope that, to the extent that the CPT needs to put out statements in the future, that they're not just absolutely vapid, just without meaning.
You do a combo, and then you stop the combo, and then there's the but it's not a combo, but it's still a combo. Do you understand?
Hell no! Oh man, what a statement. God. Jeez, thanks to Rick for putting out the actual clarification tweet afterward.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk a little bit about this Hecklers thing.
Hecklers.
I mean, this is really not an issue, like a discussion or a debate, but at one point in time, Punk put out a tweet where he was basically saying, while he was sitting there ready for his match, that some guy was like heckling him and like flipping him off and everything like that.
You know, when I was in top 8, I guess some guy was losing money betting on my matches and kept putting his middle finger up at me. Something has to be done to separate top players or players in top 8 from the crowd, because that's annoying and actually pissed me off.
Yeah, so
from Punk.
The only thing I'll say is that I don't agree that they should separate the players and the crowd. I never want that to happen. Never want that to happen. I want the players and the crowd right there.
Absolutely right.
To mix and mingle with each other. However, Punk should have just told somebody.
He definitely should have. That's the fix. This doesn't need to be a long conversation. The conversation is, we were hanging out with Punk. Like, I was just telling the story earlier of hanging out with him in the top 8. And he could have just been like, man, this dude over there is bugging me. And I would have been like, okay. And I would have told I don't know, whoever who I know
You
who
probably
works
would
for
have got up
CB.
and do it yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
almost.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if it wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
That. Yeah, somebody would have taken care of it for sure.
And
Because-
even Bizarro Mike tweeted out afterwards, he's like, just let us know. We'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Like, as the Capcom representative, we will
Yeah.
take care of it.
Yeah.
We want the environments to be safe all the time.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But,
know.
I mean, as we've often talked about, neither of us wants any separation between the top players and the rest of the players. Because that's very important to all of us, I hope. I mean, I think so.
If we ever have to play in a soundproof booths or whatever like that, I will.
Yeah, y'all know soundproof
revolt.
booths are fake, right?
Yeah, they're not
I told
really.
that story?
Yeah.
Okay. They're fake.
Yeah.
In fact, like the big leagues now don't even do them. They just
Yeah.
they're on a pedestal. They're clearly like not. They're not you. They're not you. You
Right.
know that. That's made very clear that you're not one of these players. But they're not in a bubble. Well, at TI, I guess
they're kind of forcing
not
everybody
always.
into headsets now or something like that because they have to communicate with each other anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
They did catch the crab man. Yes, they did. It's just annoying, right? I mean, it's
I'm sure it's annoying.
Because
I'm
I mean,
sure
like
it's
now
annoying.
that we've had people get crabs flung at them, you don't know what a guy flipping you off is capable of doing, right? So, yeah, it's definitely got to be something that you want to take care of. So,
Yeah.
catch the crab.
That's how I would handle it for sure. I would go, hey, cut it out, fella.
Dude,
You nailed it. That's what I would do.
I mean, I was talking to one person, and he was at Combo Break, and he's like, "This is my first tournament. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to talk to you. Whatever, blah blah." And I was like, "This is what's great about the fighting game community." Because I was like, "Turn around," and I just like, "There's Idom, there's Punk, there's like they're all just standing right there. Smug was right there, and I was like, "This is how the fighting game community works, dude. We don't need any sort of like." Separation, and I hope we can maintain that, dude.
Yeah,
I hope
I think
we
we
can
will.
maintain that. So
I think we will.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's my favorite thing about the fighting game community. Because the problem is, if someone ever gets hurt, I don't know what happens. Right? That's always the scary thought in my mind. If a top player does get hurt, then
That would suck.
that's where things get scary. At
Probably.
that point,
That's probably.
so.
Yeah, if it happens, it probably would be from
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
No, but you know what? I haven't even been thinking about no bag checks for months now. I haven't
No
even been
bag.
thinking
Did we
about
get
it.
nervous with no bag? There were no bag checks there at Combo Break.
Yeah,
were there not?
but I haven't been thinking about that
The
forever
question was,
now.
did either of us get nervous with no bag checks? Did not even think about it.
Yeah, until you brought it up,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. So
Yeah. Showdown did have bag checks. Texas Showdown did have bag
yeah,
checks.
it did. Yeah,
And I guess I did that without even thinking about it really.
yeah. It's kind of a little bit normal now. So.
Yeah. But not having it also is normal. Either way, it just doesn't matter that much, I think.
No, there was no clear bags on premises requirements at Combo Breaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've literally had people screaming into your ear from 3 inches away at locals in Orlando. I mean, if that
that's
happens,
not cool.
Yeah, that's clearly not cool.
Yeah.
And you just tell the TO about that, and they'll try to fix that. I'm sure.
I hope your locals in Orlando would handle that. I feel like they would. I don't know them personally, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But typically that would be handled.
Yeah. So that's definitely something. There's definitely going over the line and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Again,
right?
this is one of those situations where probably don't need like a set bright line. Let's just be reasonable people, and most of us are, so that's fine.
Yeah, ZXC. Just my home is right across the street. Well, like literally, there's a wall separating me from a freeway, so you'll hear vroom vrooms every once in a while. Like
That's
that.
right. Yeah.
What if the TO is doing the screaming? Well, then you gotta handle
There's
it.
the Kappa
you know,
face
You
right
just
there,
gotta.
you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you the story about my friend who heckled the Cal football kicker? The
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
name was Jensen. I'll never forget the name Jensen because my dumbass friend. Every week, every Saturday, we would go there, and we always got my frat basically had this.
Wait, he
spot.
would heckle your own?
Yes,
kicker?
our dude. He would heckle our dude, Jensen. I don't know why. He didn't know. I mean, I remember asking him. He was just like, I hate Jensen. Whatever. It doesn't, right? It's just being an idiot. So anyway, yeah, my frat had like these front row seats always because, I don't know, we were a big frat. College anyway.
Right.
So we were up there, and he would always yell at this dumbass. Dumbass would always yell at Jensen, one of my good friends, now a lawyer, But yeah, he would always do that. And Jensen got pissed.
Oh, he did get pissed?
Jensen was pissed. Jensen just trying to do kicking for the team, right? Just some kid, probably 19, 20 years old, you know?
Yeah.
And this idiot in the crowd always yelling at him, regardless of whether he did a good job or not. So a couple of times Jensen came over and was like, quit it. What's your problem? Like, and... You know, every once in a while, security would come over and tell my friend to shut up. It never really seemed to happen. So hopefully we don't have a anti-Jensen kind of situation. But if we do, we handle it by kicking him out.
Yeah,
that's basically
or just
how it
telling
works.
him to shut up. And if they don't, then you kick him out.
Yeah,
right?
hopefully he doesn't have the biggest frat on campus and with all the,
Flanders.
Poor Jensen. I
Wonder
know.
what
I felt bad for
Jensen's
Jensen.
doing right
I have
now.
no idea.
Did he quit football because of your friend? You know?
I hope not.
I mean, geez.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
It's too funny.
Most people in my frat were really cool. That's why I joined it. But,
Okay.
it was still a frat.
Oh, do you have anything else to say about these hecklers or anything like that?
One time, we were sitting in the stands, and another guy in my frat, who I definitely was not friends with, was just looking around. And another guy, who he didn't know, started walking up the stairs. And the guy in my frat, looked at him. And the guy looked at the dude in the frat, and they kept looking at each other. And neither one wanted to move their eyes. And they literally got in a fight because neither one wanted to give up their eye contact first. Man, that's probably why we had those seats guaranteed in the front.
People who are in college don't realize how stupid they are.
Such idiots.
They don't realize how
idiots,
stupid they are.
What idiots.
Yeah.
What idiots. Yeah. Luckily that guy graduated that year, so I didn't have to spend any time around him. Most people in that frat were super cool and still some of my best friends. But, you got some nerds around there.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about the actual heckling issue, though. Just let people know, and we'll probably fix it.
Yep. There you go. So, some game news, but specific just to patching here. MK11 patch came out.
Oh, man, MK11 patch. Oh.
You saw my tweet, right?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, because I was saying that, the patch came out, and I read that it was mostly bug fixes, and I checked, and Devore didn't get any buffs.
Nice. Nicely done.
Then someone actually pointed out, apparently Honeybee kind of made the same comment, like 50 minutes earlier, but he was just more mad about it. He's like, bug fixes, huh? Then fix my damn bug, is what he said.
Okay.
Yeah. But I thought that was...
I also saw Wonder Chef make the same joke.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought it is a good joke.
I thought it was pretty genius.
It is a good joke.
Yeah.
It is a good joke. Sometimes, just because somebody else says it first doesn't mean it's not still a good joke. Nice word. Anyway, there were no actual changes. Well, that's not really true. There were bug fixes, and some of them had impacts on gameplay.
Scorpion brutality throw bug.
Correct. That did come up in top 8. Mm-hmm. If Scorpion in the previous patch threw you, and you didn't have enough life to survive the throw, you would just die.
Yeah, if you brutality'd it, yeah.
Yeah, as brutality, right, of course. But you would do the brutality. So that needed to be fixed. It's just a bug. They did fix it.
Yeah, you couldn't tech the throw.
You couldn't tech it, to be clear.
Yeah. It just removed the option tech. It was like, oh, brutality, dead. Yeah.
It was ST, right? Because in MK9, I'm sorry, in MK11, whenever you tech a throw, you take damage. So it's like softening damage in Super Turbo.
Yeah.
So in Super Turbo, if you don't have enough life to absorb
it, you do take a little damage when you tech a throw?
Always take damage.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, always a little bit. Always a little bit. So anyway, now it's fixed. Another one is that some attacks that were highs could not be punished by down 2 crushing blow.
Yeah, I found a lot of those.
Yeah, there were definitely some. Yeah. So now those are basically gone. I haven't tested it, but I assume this means that Baraka high command grab now can be ducked into down 2 punish.
Right.
I assume the same is true for Kano high command grab.
Is there a lot of information about, because highs are just not just highs. There are different levels of highs. Because like some highs...
What do you mean?
Like, highs are supposed to hit people when they crouch block, right?
Yeah.
There's clearly a lot of highs that actually don't hit people when they're crouch blocking.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, I've been testing a lot of this stuff just to find out. And different characters, too, obviously.
Yeah,
So most of the girls can crouch under a lot of standing 1 highs.
Right.
If they're just crouch blocking.
Those are just hurt box issues.
Right.
Like They're
But the
not.
best part about it is Kano's one of them, so Kano's a girl.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's different heights and different highs.
Yeah.
Some highs will hit the girls while they're crouching.
Yeah, those are just
Yeah.
hitbox interactions. But they're all coded as highs in the same
Yeah.
way. So anyway, that's fixed.
Wait, Vi just announced 20K Wednesday night fight
There are a
prize
couple other
bonus
things.
for summer seasons.
What?
That's crazy. 20K.
Can
Wednesday night
you
fight?
link me a tweet over there?
Yeah, Crack Prawn, give us a link. Oh, there you go.
Zoinks.
Zoinks!
So that's the MK11 patch. It came out. It's out. There aren't any significant gameplay buffs. But like I said, there are some things that end up impacting balance because they're bug fixes on important things.
So here we go. It says Esports Arena Cross Wednesday Night Fights 20K Tournament.
Wow.
A celebration for our most dedicated players this summer.
Capitalizes summer.
Yes. And the date is June 12th. Games Smash Ultimate, Street Fighter V, MK11, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Soul Calibur 6.
Registration opens June 10th. So it's a series then?
Wait, 15K goes to Smash, 1K for every other game? That seems kind of like a...
What? Oh, that's way too small for me to read. I'm going to let you tackle that.
Esports will be hosting their National Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Weekly League Finale event
That's
with a
very long.
scheduled $15,000 prize pool tournament. The top Smash Ultimate competitors from each Esports Arena location earned a trip to SoCal to compete in the finale event, which is taking place at Wednesday Night Fights.
Okay.
Next, Esports Arena is providing $5,000 split up between our most dedicated FGC titles, Street Fighter V, Mortal Kombat 11, Tekken, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Soul Calibur 6. So there you go.
Well, that's
Still cool.
pretty imbalanced, but very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool even still.
But clearly this is for Smash, because if they're flying people out from all the other esports arena, this has been a long time
Right.
coming. So the fact that they're throwing $1,000 to the other games as a bone is actually really kind of cool, to be honest with you. So, yeah.
I agree. That's great.
Okay.
And there's an esports arena and Wednesday Night Fights. Okay.
Yeah, esports arena.
Not like some outside sponsor or
Yeah.
anything. Very cool.
Nice. Okay, there you go.
That's definitely big news. That's great. Thanks for letting us know.
Okay. Patch Tekken 7 had a patch
Did it?
that came out. Yes. And
Wow.
I don't know what it was, but everyone seemed to be expecting major Geese nerfs
Okay.
coming in there. And it came out, and Geese did get nerfed.
Okay.
And there's some people who are like, ha, he barely got nerfed. And then there's some people like, dude,
Did he die?
really? Like, that just beat up one of his biggest mix-ups. So, like, Eris and a couple of other, like, high-level players have said that this is a very significant nerf because something just doesn't have the same frame advantage, and so they're saying the max cancel off of it is not going to be as plus, so you can sidestep and, like, attack his follow-up or something like that. I'm not sure the exact detail of it, but some people are definitely saying that it is a big nerf, and some people are saying small nerfs. So
Back 3-2. The first hit of the move now has 3 more frames of recovery added, from -9 to -12. On hit, it's now -1 instead of +2.
yeah.
The tracking properties on the second hit being unintentionally improved depending on when you made the input is now also fixed.
Yeah, see, there you go. So you can sidestep it a little bit more.
Interesting.
So there you go.
And then a few other things for
But
Anna,
he's still
Eddie,
going to be
Bob,
good.
King.
Yeah, the other ones are all like little minor bug
Oh, yeah, I see
fixes
that,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, so it's nothing really crazy. But yeah,
Was he too good? Is he
a
the
lot
best?
of people considered him very, very strong. A lot of people consider him very strong. I don't know if he's like considered the best. I don't have enough in the pulse of the scene to know
Okay.
that. But I know everybody. He's really good. He's clearly super good in the
Uh-huh.
game. So yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Looks like there's going to be a Super Smash Bros. 3.1.
Yes, patch coming out, and it is already confirmed. If you click on the other link,
Other link.
that there will be character balance changes.
Ooh,
in there.
wow.
So there will definitely be character balance changes.
Cool.
So next week we may have some Smash Brothers changes coming in.
Dude. Let's go Little Mac buffs.
Poor little Mac.
Poor Little Mac. He exists in a game he's probably not supposed to be in.
Yeah.
Gameplay-wise.
I wonder if they should just buff his get back a little bit and then just make his ground a little bit weaker just so he can fight.
Somebody had a very interesting idea, maybe it was D1, that rather than all of his big hits, like launching the opponent, that's bad.
Right.
He can't chase.
Yeah.
Maybe they should vacuum.
Yeah.
Maybe they should just keep him here. So he's
Yeah.
like,
That's
like,
actually
right?
kind of cool.
I think that's a super good idea.
Yeah. But then how do you kill somebody?
You know, you maybe have one move that's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
bam.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I think that's a really good idea. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Probably not that, to be honest.
Okay. So yeah, so big patches coming out for a lot of games. Obviously, the BB Tag patch just came out last week.
Yeah.
So again, seems like it's made a lot of crazy things going on.
I've messed with my characters a little bit.
You actually tried it.
Wald's assist is like very, very slow. It's like 60
okay.
frames,
No
maybe
more.
longer. Super long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, that's people are still playing them. So looks like Sagat has a Cyberbots inspired shade costume. This looks like Anakin Skywalker to me.
The Return of the Jedi
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker. Yeah. The go my son.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. They did say that. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a little bit.
I guess it's Mr. Freeze, kind of. You want to put it up on the internet there? Is that doable?
Sure.
This is actually a clever ruse so that I can eat more.
Yeah, that's how it usually works. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Okay. There we go.
There's that guy.
I'm going to switch to some other photos. There we go. He does kind of look like Mr. Freeze, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can see that.
Okay. Yeah, it is Lex Luthor, huh?
Yeah, he's Lexi, yeah.
They're really going in with these mecha suits here. They're doing a lot of mech suits here. Okay. What else here do we got? Also, Boone did say that they're going to try to announce next week.
Thanks, James. I appreciate that.
Actually, you're not supposed to. You're actually not supposed to pound the back of people who are actually coughing.
Really?
You have to only if they're not coughing. That's the problem right there. So it's actually kind of what I'd heard.
Shout outs to the cabbage that just went down my windpipe. Not
It'll
very
be
nice
there
of you.
forever.
Not very nice.
You know that, like if
I have a cabbage tree now.
Yeah, once it goes down the wrong pipe, it's usually going to be there for a very long time. So, because they just don't go away. Like, what's going to digest them?
My lung bacteria.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know. I don't know how the body works. I'm no doctor. I assume I'll live. Anyway, what's going on?
I'm a lawyer, not a doctor. Ed Boon announced that they will be trying to, hopefully next week, they will announce all of the characters that will be joining the season pass with Shang Tsung, so we will know which characters will be added to Mortal Kombat 11.
Correct.
Yes.
I tried to avoid all spoilers, so I don't know.
Oh, he hasn't said. Oh, because the spoilers had hinted at some of
I
those
guess.
before.
That's what I've read.
Yeah, okay,
But
okay.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
see.
Also, Grand Blue versus Fantasy, the beta's out, and a bunch of people are in it. And people have said that they're really, really impressed with the beta because it's the most open beta.
Oh, yeah?
Like, it's not one of those ones where you can't do anything. I don't know the details. I don't know if
Okay.
there's like a training mode available, but I think some people are saying that they can get a lot of, like, they can try a lot of things
I
in it
see.
or something. But from what I've seen, like, people are geeking out about the menu screen and the music. It's, like, really good, and it's just, like, looks really cool. Haven't heard much about the gameplay yet, so. It's on Friday.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually open
Oh, you can't even play yet. So that's why everybody's looking at the menu screen then. Okay. That makes sense. There you go. Grand Blue Fantasy. Grand Blue versus Fantasy. So everybody was it's downloadable and you just couldn't do anything with it. Oh, okay. There you go.
yet. Do you have a code?
No, I do not. I do not.
Do you want a code?
Do you have a code?
No, I'm saying, do you want a code?
I mean, it would be interesting to mess around with. Sure.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I don't have a code either. And we're not going to be home Friday or Saturday.
Nope. So that's kind of why. And you know me, like I said, I'm not into betas anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just not into betas. So.
Well,
all
congrats
good.
to everybody who has one. That's cool. Let me know how it goes. I'll be watching a little bit, but like I said, I'm not going to be home to try a beta, and unfortunately that's how it works. The only way to play a beta is to be home. You can't take your PlayStation 4 and a... She just made a noise.
She just meowed.
Yeah, you can't take your PlayStation 4 and a little monitor around, and you can't play on hotel Wi-Fi or motel Wi-Fi, as is well known. So for GBFV, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be able to play.
Okay. That's all I've got for news. I don't think I have anything else that I can't see because the cat is in my way. Yeah, I can't see at all. So.
No, the cat's entirely in your way.
Yeah.
No, that's it though. There's nothing else unless you got something else.
Okay.
Oh, Street Fighter League week 7 results happened.
Oh shoot, that's right. There was a couple of results I forgot to go over.
MomoCon happened.
Yeah.
You know.
I heard Samurai had another OCV.
Samurai had another OCV.
Yep, another reverse OCV.
Correct.
So
They were. It was close. 3-2. Gale beating Spirit. 3-2. Storm beating Psycho. That's Samurai doing the work right there. Rob TV beat Justin. Shoutouts to Rob. It's pretty cool. And Inferno beat Frost, in which Punk won.
Shock.
Yeah. Broly Legs again lost 2-1. That dude has lost, I think, 2-1 every single time.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's always been close.
Poor guy.
Okay. All right. And then
MomoCon also happened. There's a Big Smash Ultimate tournament there.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, MK11 won it with Joker. Dang.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Tweak got second with Wario and Roy.
What's the word on Joker? Is he considered really strong right now?
I don't know.
Yeah. Has anybody been doing anything with Piranha Plant?
Let me do a Control F. PIR. Nope.
Damn. Okay. Plant sucks. That's unfortunate. So that just makes it even worse that he's in there, she's in there, and everybody's probably mad about it. So.
Well, maybe there will be buffs.
That's true. Plant might get some buffs. Might have some good growth. Joker is probably high tier. Plant is bottom. Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah, Joker definitely seems cool at least. There's nothing else. But yeah, okay. And good. All right. Well, are you satisfied? You got anything else going on? Oh, we're going to go to DreamHack Dallas this weekend. We'll be there.
Yes, that is true. Yep.
So tune in. We'll be commentating Street Fighter and Mortal. And are you doing that other thing?
I think I'm supposed to still doing Windjammers, but I'll be doing it with somebody who knows the game.
Okay.
So I'm going to study up on it.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, but that'll be interesting.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we'll be there talking about the video games. If you are going to Dallas,
I'm excited to do commentary for Mortal Kombat.
I'm excited
honestly.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'm really excited for that.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I really will, because I've been playing the game a lot. You can ask David, every time we're just sitting around, I'm just doing research in the game.
That's true. That is definitely true.
Constantly doing. Dude, the hardest thing about this is, like, I had just determined, like, at the beginning of this month, I was like, I am going to do all this cool YouTube content.
Yeah.
And then I traveled 4 weekends in a row.
Dude, I know.
Every time I come back, like Mondays, when I usually do a lot of things, is like I just sleep the whole day.
Those are the travel days, yeah.
Yeah, I just sleep all. Like, I got home yesterday, and I just slept for like the entire evening, basically. And then I woke up for a little bit, and then I went back to sleep. Like, it's not even like it's ruining my night sleep. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just so tired traveling all the time. So, yeah. But no, CEO is going to be the next big event. So
yeah, as far as what we're going to anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, that's all I'm doing, Mr. Keebler. I just have the Switch, Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch constantly. That's like all I'm doing, and it's so good.
It's very good.
It's so good because just being able to lab things and just test everything. I have that. I have my iPad. I'm typing all my notes into my iPad and everything like that, and it's so cool, dude. It's like the greatest thing having Mortal Kombat on the Switch. I am finding out so much good stuff on that. So it's and even before I go play online, every time I know which character I'm going to play next, so I'm going to try Liu Kang. I just sat there testing combos and just seeing what he had to do. So now if I go online, I'll know what I want to do if I hit you with a down 2 crushing blow or something like that. You know what I mean? So
makes sense.
Really, really good. There's a Tekken Tour event in Toronto this weekend, according to Curly W, a challenger event.
That's cool.
Okay. CEO is 3 weekends after this weekend. 4 weekends. So there's 2 weekends, another weekend, and then CEO. Yeah. Okay.
It's on my birthday weekend, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
Well, I'm traveling home on July 1st anyway.
Okay.
I hope everybody's travel home from Chicago was okay. I happened to get into the air apparently just before they grounded flights, and many flights were canceled.
Oh, okay, cool.
Due to thunderstorms. There was a thunderstorm when I was there, but they just delayed it for about an hour, and then I was good to go.
Okay.
But other people were stuck in the airport or had to get a hotel. So
Yeah, I mean, for me, my flight was super early.
Yeah.
It was sunny. Everything was wonderful when we took off. So, but then I started seeing all the video footage from people of just it was pouring.
It was pouring.
It was crazy.
Pouring at some point. Yeah. By the way, I vaguely remember yelling at you when I woke up. Did that happen? Or
Yeah,
was that a dream?
yeah, you did.
Really?
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
It's funny too because he knows that I snooze my alarm a lot, right?
I'm like half awake. I think I had an annoying dream.
Yeah. So what's funny was because normally he knows that when my alarm goes off, it rings many, many times. But usually he's up already, so it's not a problem. But I think you kind of knew I had to go first, and you thought I was going to do it again, and I purposely set my alarms to not do it. And so the first alarm rung, and you're like, "Please, can you please let me sleep?" And I was like, "Dude, it's the first alarm."
Okay. My bad.
But I also kind of figured it was the half asleep. You're not
I
sure what's going on, kind of thing. So. But I mean, if you're going to be that mad, I mean, why did you have your arm around me that whole time?
Thanks to the king, as always.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, come on, jeez. But okay.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for now.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for tuning in and hanging out. Oh, that's right. By the way, I should probably tell you this as well. I won't be able to do Tuesday show next week.
Okay.
So there's a esports talk at UCI. They've contacted me to be a part of that. I think Vi is a part of that. Jimmy's a part of that.
Oh, cool.
Like D1 is going to be there, I think. So I'm going to be a part of that too. But it was on Tuesday.
Sick. Oh, yeah, you should do it.
Yeah, but I'm
cool.
just going to do that basically. So yeah, just keep an eye on my Twitter. I'll tweet out stuff. I'm not sure what it's going to be streamed on, if it's streamed or whatever like that, but I'll let you guys know. So I'll be doing a little conference at UCI that
Very
day.
cool.
Yep. There you go.
Cool. We'll have fun.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the T7 prize pool is much bigger. Congrats.
Oh, did they just announce that?
They announced that over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, during or maybe after Tekken Top 8.
Oh, I didn't even know. Okay. What did they say?
Oh, it's like way higher. It's being sponsored by, I believe, Astro.
Oh,
and so their headsets are going to be in there, but also on top of that, in addition, as well... Sorry, I got sidetracked. First place will get, what, 50,000, I think? If I recall correctly. And even last place gets what first place got last year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it's a lot higher.
Good. Okay, sounds great. Sounds perfect then. 200K plus for total prize money. That's good.
Very cool.
Yes. All right. Excellent. Would watch again. 2 thumbs up. Okay. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Again, keep an eye on our social media. We'll let you know where all the DreamHack Dallas stuff is going to go down, and you can watch us at that event as well. Okay.
What do you got? Oh, Bernie. To be clear, I thought that guy in my frat was an idiot at the time, right? That wasn't just like me later thinking he's an idiot. Like, at the time, I thought he was being an idiot.
Sure. You probably thought it was awesome at the time, so... Okay.
Well, I was like only 40% aware considering all the pre-gaming we had done, so...